welcome to the live stream here at the Risky Rollers Open. I can see myself on one for That's awesome. You're very soft. I need to turn you up and right this. I can't even hear you.
I can hardly hear you, brother.
Yeah. So thank you everybody. This is the start of the stream. Myself and Scotty will be doing some commentary. Carl will also be doing some commentary throughout the day. Lawrence might jump on, but we'll see. He'll probably have technical stuff to do for most of the day, so
yeah,
that'll be that. I've just found that already.
So we are streaming on both the ATWN Twitch channel and the Risky Rollers YouTube channel for those joining us on either side. It is awesome to have you joining us for this weekend of live competitive 40k action from the Risky Rollers Open. It is absolute... Whoa. Just lost it out of my ear there. It is great to be joining the Risky Rollers team here and to be able to be bringing it both to both communities. Really excited to see how the participants go today overall as well.
Yes. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've got it all back now. Cool. Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. We have a little bit of a stack lineup. So, Dylan Cowan's here, Dean Simbeck's here, Reese Cunningham's here, Matt Rossoli's here, Jason Horn's here, Alex Franz is here. Yeah, some really good players, some old season players, and then some new guys coming up that have really kind of cut their teeth in the last 12 months. That have really sort of prepping themselves for a potential long future in 40k, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, which is good. And this is the combination event of the Risky Roller circuit this weekend as well.
Yeah, it is. So it's been it's been an epic year, that's for sure. So we've had, I think this is our 15th event for the year.
Wow.
I think something like that. It's our 5th event in the tournament series. There was 2 other GTs and 2 other RTTs in that series. So the winner of the whole series gets $2,000 cash, which is pretty cool. And then obviously really cool stuff for winning the Open itself as well. New venue here. You'll see throughout the whole stream. You'll see as we jump around and change stuff, what the venue's like, trying out new things, which is pretty cool. Before we move on, I think we're just going to quickly get some shots of the table and other bits and pieces. Just got a big shout out to the sponsors. So Dice Arcade, Miniature Scenery, Jungle Games, Malvern, as you see their banner in the back, Baron of Dice. They've all helped us tremendously over the past 2 years, really. So big ups to them. Anyone you want to shout out?
So just a couple of stores that we're affiliated with. So depending on where you are in the country or the world, I should say, if you're here in Australia or New Zealand, you could check out Mighty Ape if you wanted to support us through them. If you're in the States or potentially Canada, you want to check out Game Castle. And if you're in the UK or EU, Element Games.
Yep. Pretty cool. So quick rundown of how things are gonna go. Yeah, you can do stuff. Yeah. So, as I was saying, Scotty and I are going to commentate as best as we can throughout the whole thing, but you guys are not going to hear what the players are saying. So there are times we might pop in if they're having a discussion about something that's best that they talk about it rather than we talk about it, and we might pop that in, but in reality it's just going to be our beautiful voices talking about what's happening on the screen, the things that they're talking about, bringing up the certain minutiae or the nuances within the certain armies, strategies or plays that we're thinking are going to be coming forward, the secondaries, all that sort of stuff. We're going to try and cover it as best as possible, consistently talking about everything, so it shouldn't be too much downtime at all, and try and make the live streaming of the events as engaging as possible for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. And this is actually going to be the first time that I'm doing this kind of commentary as well. If you've joined any of the Australia's Tabletop Wargaming Network tournament coverage previously, you would have noted that generally I actually have on the ATWN, we'll just have the player audio and then the commentators will jump in kind of at the start of the turn for each player and just kind of give a bit of a recap. So kind of doing this kind of commentary is relatively new to me, but I'm excited to be doing it with you guys. So we are just getting the pairing sorted for the table, and then we can start going through the lists and everything as well once the gentlemen are good to go. That was So the players are all mic'd up as well now as well, which is great. And so I'm just going to quickly swap over to a different thing here. So to walk through who we have actually got on stream for this round, we've got Owen running Chaos Knights and Jordan running Drukhari, I believe.
On the boats, hitting on 3s, I'll likely pain token them, so re-rolling. Strength 12, AP minus 3,
Oh,
D6
lovely.
plus 2 damage. Nice. And so I've got 27 Dark Lances in the list, hitting around the place. They're really the only threat to you, to be perfectly honest. Everything else is basically anti-infantry, which I'm sure doesn't really apply. Low strength.
Drukhari list, okay. So bringing up the Drukhari list. We have got Archaon with Blast Pistol, the Art of Pain as the Warlord, with Lilith Hesperax as well being the named hero in the Real Space Raiders detachment. I should also mention that we've got a unit of 10 Cowboy Warriors, we've got a Blaster, Dark Lance, Shredder and Splinter Cannon in there as well, with the Cyberites having the Plasma Grenade, Phantasm Grenade launcher, sorry, and the Cyberite weapon with the Splinter Rifle. Another unit of 10 of exactly the same there. Make that 3 units of 10 doing the exact same. Then a unit of 10 witches with a blast pistol and phantasm grenade launcher on the Hecatrix. And nothing else on the rest of the witches. We've got a unit of 3 units of 5 Scourges with 4 Dark Launchers, the Shard Carbines and Solarite weapons on the Solarite. We have then also got 2 individual Kronos with Spirit Vortexes, then a unit of 2 Talos with Talos Gauntlets, twin liquid fire guns, and twin splinter cannons. Then triple Ravagers with triple Dark Lancers, as you'd expect to see in Drukhari at the moment. Then 3 Raiders with Dark Lancers as well. Then 2 Venoms with Splinter Rifles on there, coming to a total of 1990
The only other
points.
thing to remember, I don't know what your battle tactics are, but I have a increase the CP cost by 1.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot
there's
actually.
3 apiece on each Ravager and then 4 in
Probably the
each
best one is
unit of Scourges.
Dreadhounds.
So that's
This
gonna
is
be
where
12,
I can
21.
pick, say, these 4 guys are going to shoot at this, or in combat, and they all get exploding 6s.
Yep.
And critical hits on a 5+ if you're battle
we'll
shot.
see. To go through the Chaos Knights list for you guys,
so
ladies and gentlemen, we've
that's
got
a
the
good one.
Wardog
Just
Stalker
do that
as
on.
the character for the
And
army as the Warlord, with the Demon's Breath Spear, Havoc Multi-Launcher, and Slaughterclaw. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Wardog Brigands with the Havoc Multi-Launchers, and then another 5 Carnivores with the Multi-Launchers as well. Allied units, we've got 3 Nurglings, the Blue Scribes, and the Changeling as well.
Yep, it's awesome list.
Yeah, it's pretty stable. I've seen a very similar list run in Canberra, funnily enough, in the local meta. So
This is a great teams list. I don't know we're at a singles thing as well today, but this does amazing in teams.
Yeah.
You can tank really well. You can go ham and sword up really well and just absolutely pwn and go aggressive. It's really cool. It's a shame about the matchup because I think it's stacked against the Chaos Knight play with that many Dark Lances.
I mean, yes and no, because if the Drukhari player decides to play a bit more defensively, because what could lead it to is if the Chaos Knight gets the first turn and he's able to pop at least 1, if not 2 of the boats, and the Drukhari player hasn't put the Scourges in reserve, those Havoc multi-launchers, just if they've got range, they're going to go straight on the Scourges.
Yeah, they have range to the whole board.
Yeah. So
the problem is it potentially works well for both players, but better for the Drukhari players is the dense-ish size of the table. So firing lines is harder. But also, the only thing that hamstrings the heavy Wardog list is the range, because all the guns are 24.
Yeah.
So like on the deployment, you can sit back knowing that because of all your boats and your Scourges move so far, you can and you've got 36 range on all the guns, like you don't care. So that's the only thing that might be potentially a little bit more problematic for the Chaos Knight player.
Yeah. So to actually walk through really quickly, if we can get the deployment and missions on screen as well, Lawrence, that'd be awesome. We're going to talk through what the deployment the players have got and the missions.
Oh, wait, I haven't got that ready yet, Lawrence, have we?
Okay.
I'll get ready.
We'll have that for you in a second, but we'll walk through that ourselves. So from on the thing, we have got the Crucible of Battle deployment. So this is the angled hammer and anvil. We have got the Vital Ground primary with the targets of opportunity secondary. So Vital Ground, you remove the middle objective marker, and then you are going into having, when you go into your second, third, and fourth battle rounds, if you hold your own objective marker, you get 2 victory points. If you hold no man's land objective, you get 5 points per, and if you hold your opponent's deployment zone, you get the 6 points there as well. The final battle round, player that goes first scores in their command phase, and player who goes second scores at the end of the turn. And Locky, do you want to walk through what the mission rule is?
Lawrence, what are you doing? Okay. Don't see how this helps us, but okay. No, we wanted... Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted?
No, this is deployment.
Yeah, that works. That works.
I think he wanted these. Anyway, so the mission rule is targets. There we go. Yeah. Targets of opportunity. So pick 3. Pick 3 secondaries, and yeah, that's pretty much all it is. If a player is using fixed, then in addition to the 2 missions, the players also draw another card as well. The dice cam's already been hit. Yeah, so that's the mission rule, which is pretty good for both armies, really. Especially with Chaos Knight player having the demon allies in there, enabling opening up the usage of making secondaries not too hard to get.
Yep.
Is going to be good, and especially being like, oh, cool, we've another chance to not suck at that. Because drawing, when you get bad draws, it's really annoying.
Yeah, sometimes you draw 2 bad ones turn 1, and you're just like, I can't really do anything here.
Yeah. Or, you bring it down and your opponent doesn't have any vehicles or monsters, and you're like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, the fun stuff. So that third secondary can really help balance things out in terms of what you can draw. And also if the players decide to go fixed, which could potentially be a play for the Drukhari player here, if they decided to go with Bring It Down as the fixed, then they actually get to draw one of the remaining tactical secondaries as well. So it means that even if they might not max their second fixed, they can use the tacticals to actually supplement their score to actually get to the max of 40 points on that
really,
secondary
fixed
score.
On this is probably a pretty good play for the Drukhari player too, right? Like behind enemy lines and bring it down. It's pretty much just like, either that or even like cleanse and bring it down.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of chaff units he's got a lot of boats, so moving around to the objectives isn't going to be too hard. The OC thing might not be a problem, but again, the moment the Chaos Knight player comes out, his Wardogs will just die. So he needs to be doing really, really good trades and really using the terrain really well. There's some really good strategy in the Chaos Knight book, the moving through terrain one, which the Drukhari player better be aware of, because otherwise he can get slapped pretty hard with that. Especially when the carnivores are like, moving 16 inches, 16, 14 or whatever, which is pretty cool. And being angled deployment too, the board becomes a lot smaller very quickly. So I think the CK player kind of has to play pretty aggressive. Has to kind of use the terrain. Again, depends if he's going to go what he draws, obviously. But I think as you were saying before, like getting as many, taking out some Ravagers would be ideal, early.
Yeah. So what I wouldn't be surprised if we see on the deployment side for the Drukhari is if the boats actually hide turn 1.
Yeah, 100%.
In case that Knights go first.
Yep.
Because if Knights go first, then the only things that's really going to be able to shoot at them is the Havoc launchers.
They're not doing anything.
And they're not, they're going to be wounding on 5s, I believe, because Havoc launchers are strength 5.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it is out of line of sight. So, it can add up. But really, like this, with the changed intent to vehicles and higher strength, it's like everything's been winning on 6s. I think most of the Raiders toughest 10 or toughest 9.
Oh, that would be an interesting one.
Raiders toughest 10 or toughest 9? All right. I'll leave you.
I will just pull that up and we can find out now.
As you say, it's either 5s or 6s, and it's just like, you just really, if it was me playing, I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah.
You just get to worry about it, we'll just move on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I'm just pulling up the Raider stats now as well.
so we quickly see on top down while you pull up those stats real quick is that we're just seeing the boys do a couple of deployments.
5 Cabalites in it with
that one on the left, right on the left,
special weapons as well.
Yeah.
So again, similar to it's a gunboat, but my Cabalites, by the way, their special ability is they can sticky objectives even while inside transport.
Nice.
The deployment, yeah. So just for a bit of context, the Raiders are toughness 8, and the Ravagers are toughness 9. Yeah. So it's not
Still one
bad
more
if
drop
roll
for you.
firing shots.
Yep.
So yeah, so there's
Putting a Ravager down over here.
Ravager down in the bottom middle there. So that's 2 Raiders and a Talos.
Kronos. If it's
you
only
again.
one, it would be one of the Kronos.
I always get confused which one has the gun and which one doesn't.
Yeah.
And the Kronos, and then the Ravager, and then over on your right, Chaos Light Post, pretty much just dropping. Top left, you got Brigand, Carnivore. They're all over. So, bear with us this team as we're kind of dialing in the system, on the stream, and try to find the sweet spot between being able to hear what the players are actually doing, give you guys the right amount of information, so that there's no sort of drop off in enjoyment or in engagement. Yeah, while we're also trying to tweak a few things, and tweak some graphic stuff, bits and pieces. So you will
Talos
see
are over
the
here.
stream evolve over the 2 days for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's just been a
What's the range on the guns on the boats?
On the boats, 36.
last night
And then coming in at 7,
And how far do they
7:30
move?
this morning.
14.
And they've got
Yeah,
fly,
awesome.
but they're big walls.
Yeah.
make sure it doesn't.
So theoretically, he's safe there for the most part.
Yeah. I'd have to come around probably. I think
So
going
whilst
over would be
the gentlemen are
difficult.
figuring out the overlays for you all, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see on the actual table, in that
You know what, he's
top
just gonna get
left-hand
right up.
side for the Jordan, the Drukhari player, you do have that single Talos there, which is actually not single Talos, single Kronos. We do have another Kronos and 2 Talos to be dropped as well. You can see a great use of the big L's from both players in their deployment zones to try and hide as much as possible. We've just seen the Drukhari player place another
Just keep deploying because
either
I've
Raider or
probably dropped
Ravager
way
in
too
that
many.
top left-hand
okay.
corner behind those
No worries.
containers as well. Give it some agency to kind of
This
cover off that
is
top
my
left-hand
last
flank a bit.
unit.
I dare say, with how things have been deployed,
do you have
it
any
doesn't look
precision?
as though we're starting to see the first unit of Scourges go down as well.
No,
So
not in this list.
he's, by sounds, decided to just deploy the Scourges.
Yeah, right. Interesting. I'm also quite surprised that Knights are on board too.
Yeah.
A couple, you know, maybe some Carnivores coming in like Strap or something.
Yeah, strat reserves, yeah. It's definitely intriguing that both players are... It feels as though they're setting up to pincer one another in terms of...
It's like they're both
I'm deployed.
Yeah. And because there's no middle objective,
Oh, wait, no,
there's
not.
really no
Mark
point
on.
to kind
Silly
of
me.
trying to deny your opponent that middle objective. Unless your opponent gets a secondary like deploy teleport homers or what's the other one?
So my
That's,
Archon has the enhancement.
area denials to the center as
Powerful
well.
pain. It just
Yeah.
gives me an extra pain
Yeah,
token.
especially
at
on a
the
mission where
start
there
of
is
my
no
command
objective
phase.
there.
Sounds
So
cool.
then it's like,
It's
cool.
interesting too here with the deployment.
Chaos Knight player's name is Owen.
Let's get named Owen. That's right there on the screen.
I'm going to like this for the moment.
CK's on the left of you.
All right, let's have a laugh.
Let's have a laugh. Let's do it.
That's it. I'm just going to keep my CP there.
Yep. I'm going to put my CP.
So that big red dice in the middle is Owen's CP count, and the one you see
green
down
one.
there is
Jordan's.
6, 2. All right, it's all you.
Or me.
So really interesting here that we believe we've got the
Let's see if I can
Drukhari
do
going
a
first
little bit
here.
of damage.
So Let's see what
Before I get
secondaries he ends up pulling here
I don't know about that.
as well.
One last. Do you want to cut, or are you happy?
No, whatever, man.
All right.
If possible to use advanced trade, would be great. So we
Yeah,
can see all that.
sure.
If not possible, no stress.
Yep.
Homer cleanse an area.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. So that's a cleanse.
Now the mission, I believe, I draw 3 and keep 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Area.
Okay.
And then if we get the third one,
So.
alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So
Let's get to moving.
Yes.
yeah. Alright, so by sounds it looks as though we've got cleanse and area denial. We're just waiting on that third secondary to be confirmed for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. So for area denial, we were literally actually just talking about it. At the end of your turn, if one or more units from your army, excluding battle shock units, are wholly within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield, and there are no enemy units wholly within 6 inches of the center, you score 5 victory points. If at the end of your turn, one or more enemy units are wholly within 6, however, there are no enemy units within 3, you get 3 instead of the 5. Then if you are going to go for cleanse as well, pretty much this is an action, so you can't do it with a battle shock unit, and they're eligible to shoot until your next turn. You can't shoot or charge. At the end of the turn, for each objective marker not within the deployment zone that you control, and you've selected to cleanse, you'll
It's the only
get
time
2
I'll ever
victory
be on
points.
stream, so I've got to make the most of
3
it.
victory points
Go.
for one objective, and you get 5 for a second there. So there's potentially 10 points.
Sorry, his third's deployed.
Third's deployed. So
Absolutely amazing draw.
funnily enough, for turn 1, yes, because deploy is you want to get it in the middle, and it's going to be 3 victory points, or
Glad I
your
went with the
opponent's
red
deployment
bases.
zone for 5.
Yeah,
So we might
looks
actually
good.
see Jordan here go for a 13-point turn.
So
or,
will I be
or
able
he
to
could
shoot
get up to
through
13 points
there
here.
and see him quite possibly not?
Sacrificial unit and
Let him
just
come forward
don't.
13.
Sorry, I've been told by chat I've got audio
I think I
problems.
will.
So the mic is not great. So I'm trying to figure out where the sweet spot is so that it sounds better.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, if anything is going on throughout the day, just give us a heads up and we'll be able to get it sorted as best as we can as we do work to improve things across the day. So, as we start to see Jordan's movement phase for turn 1, one of those Ravagers has moved up on that top left-hand side and pretty much is going to be able to shoot that first knight on that right-hand side of his deployment that's going to be exposed. He's picked up on that fire lane. Or, yeah, so it's either that there's one down in the middle on that right-hand side, or also behind that ruin as well he could potentially get. No, because the perspex, yeah, again, this is the first time that I am, because you were at Steel City, and Hayden the TO, he actually had black ones, so it was really easy to see the footprints, whereas on here it's the perspex, so
After today, we'll be spraying black.
Think
yes.
Make it a lot easier.
nice long deployment here for you.
right,
Now
so
that's
he's got
one of your carnivores, correct?
Yes. Actually, 3.
Scary.
Two
Very
knights
scary.
targeted, one in the middle.
You
Right-hand
area
side.
denial. So the Raiders, they auto advance 6. So I'm going to giving them a 20-inch move.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Instead,
So for Raiders,
I'm going to quickly check.
it's just auto 6 advance.
6, yeah. So he's prepping one of the raiders.
I was hoping to be able to get onto that
Because
objective.
they do have that 14-inch movement, so
But-
they do have a lot of capacity to just fling out.
What I'll do
The interesting
instead-
thing to note as well with Owen's deployment is that he's infiltrated those Nurglings.
Forward. I don't think you'll.
Is that those Nurglings are deployed behind that lower bottom right, mid right-hand side 2-story ruin, but not on the objective, not on terrain.
Well, objective doesn't matter.
Can't see very well. Is that all the way underneath first?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me when that's so?
Yeah,
Shove your hand. Yeah, that's in.
That's in?
It's interesting not putting him on the objective. And this is what I was going to say about Gibbs really at the beginning. I'm very surprised that he actually did all this first. Yes.
Wings and whips, right?
And
Wings and whips.
Always played it is
not a big deal.
Yeah, to full block your opponent, they'll get to you first. So if you can portion off a section of, like you could have said, right on the objective and block from stepping, moving through the building and getting into the objective. Yeah. So yeah, it is quite interesting.
I'm so worried about these cameras and shit.
See, it's,
What are you worried about?
interesting.
I've hit the camera with my head like twice now.
Yeah.
I don't have the best spatial awareness in the world.
Yeah, 21 Dark Lands is
that way?
a lot.
Alright.
So Scourge is out.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but I think he's actually got 2 units in
So
reserve.
this raider is going
Unless there's a unit in the bottom left-hand side.
That's 8. To put it back here,
And Raider. There might
where that Ravager is.
as well.
12.
But outside of
Doesn't
that,
quite
I
get
don't
on the
actually
objective.
think he's put all of them into Deep Strike, which is a bit surprising. I would have been expecting at least
Doesn't quite
2,
get
if
me
not
on the
all 3 of
objective.
the units to go into Deep Strike reserves. That way, he has a bit of agency to bring them on as he loses the Ravagers, so he's able to maintain that
that's
anti-tank
annoying.
fire throughout.
Any advice, feel free to
the
offer
game.
it.
Oh, please. Please.
But it
He just
looks
walked
like,
around going, "These guys are
those
shit."
actually
Yeah.
on that
He's gone, "I wouldn't have done
objective is actually not a unit scourge. So it looks like
These ones here? No, I
got 2
deployed
in
them.
Deep Strike reserves. He's only got the 1 on the table. So
I got to remember my disembark
really
rules. I've
interesting
moved.
to kind of see those scourges
Can
go
I
out
disembark?
first
I
turn.
don't think I can.
Disembark
as
at the start
well.
of your move.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's okay. It means I'm probably not getting points. If I can get in the center here and deploy, that'll be good.
And then yeah, his 2
I want to get this within 9. So if I move him, is he within 9 there? So I'm going to bring him
on
out.
the top right objective 3 there. That little turquoise thing is the blue stripes.
To a bit.
That's there.
5 brings him
It's
forward to
interesting.
here. Does that get them within 9? Yeah, just, I reckon. Do you want to have a look at that and let me know what you think?
I trust you.
Okay. Shit, I am so
Yeah,
terrified
so
of your
definitely
whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Whole
And you
thing.
can't because if you
Man,
look
I'm
at
crook as
where
a
the
dog.
knights are
I'm just
deployed,
happy to see through
there's
these 3
at
games,
least,
and if I get a
I
good
would
game
say
or 2 out of
9
it,
that
I'll be
are
stoked.
in,
Yeah, absolutely.
Hidden
That's
behind line side blocking terrain.
5.
So
Yes. I mean, it's quite interesting here. Looking at what Jordan's doing, I'm not sure he's actually
Hopefully I can get...
secondaries.
Will he lose for the pivot?
yeah, probably. The back hasn't moved though.
6 in the center.
Yeah, it's the point from the furthest.
Yeah, so from here, I think to here was 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got 14.
Yep.
And that's 9 to where his, the tip of his nose is now.
Oh, yeah.
So
So I look at it that if his front went from here to here, that's what you measure, is that distance from there to there.
okay.
He's probably got to lose an inch or 2 just on the pivot, that's all.
yeah, absolutely. So if we go from here and then here,
Nothing too drastic.
very much
Yeah, no, he
so.
pivots like that.
When you're looking at something
do
like
that.
this, the thing that I'm picking up on straight away is Owen was doing a very good thing, and this is something a lot of players miss, is that with movement, you have to measure from the point that a model moves from the furthest, not the not the
this
closest.
raider
So, and you
gonna
have to
have
measure
to
all pivots and all direction
over
changes.
this way.
If it, yeah. So what Owen was just doing is using one of the secondary cards to kind of explain to Jordan that he would have to pivot and then move again and then pivot and then move again. So he'd lose a couple of inches trying to get to that objective on that bottom right-hand side where those nurglings are.
I don't think I can
So
pull that off, even if I advance. So I'm just going to station him up in the middle here.
So the Chronos, it doesn't necessarily matter as much. It's more for the Raiders and Ravagers, which is where that will really come
There,
into
let's
play.
double check the range on my 36s. Yep, perfect. We're going to call
Which is
that.
surprising. Yeah. You've got both Ravagers that can get shot back, one Raider that can get shot back.
Right. Sorry for being slow, my man.
No, don't worry about it.
Let's do this thing.
Pick up, put down.
Alright. So I've not got much options, to be perfectly honest. So what we've realistically got is the Dark Lancers from these Scourges. Yep. Because I don't think I have the range to get any.
Can make an order move up to 6 inches.
I can kind
If
of
it
see
does
the
so
base
until the end of the
here,
turn, it is not
but I
eligible
think I
to
have to
declare a
cross over
charge.
this to
Yeah, I think
do
so.
it. So
And
everything's
the
going to
other
have to go
interesting
there.
thing
How
to
many
note
shots
is
is
that
that?
Scourge's
4.
got a 5 up invo.
Dark Lancers?
Yeah,
not
but on 4s
necessarily
because they
as
move. I'm going to
squishy
give
as you might
them a
think.
pain token. I'm going to give this Raider a pain token.
Yep.
Just so you know, I'm using D4s to mark my pain tokens. I've got 6 at the moment.
Just full screen on the dice
I'm going to
cam.
give this Raider a dark, pain token.
There it is.
And then
So
this guy
all 4 Scourges
will also get a pain token, but he is out of range for refunds. So I'll roll my refunds first. So that's just 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4 ups, I get them back. 2. Yep. Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll
so
spend my
I think-
CP.
Yep.
Because I've got a feeling that the boat's going to shoot at him as well.
yeah, it will. It's the only thing he can shoot.
Rotate on this guy.
Yep.
Give him a 4-up involve.
4 up involved. Okay, and that's not a battle tactic.
No.
Okay, nice.
I'll check for you though.
And that
Thank
is
you.
his only CP for the turn, so it means that with that done, he's going to potentially go into turn 2 if he doesn't discard any secondaries with only 1 CP.
It's an interesting choice too on that, like, realistically.
No, it's a war gear stratagem.
All good. And what's your toughness? Yeah, sorry, I hit it with my head.
Tough 10.
Tough 10. Okay. So strength 12.
Yeah.
Hitting on 4s,
Hitting on 4s, re-rolling, wounding on 3. Oh, okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think at this point,
okay, re-rolling.
looking at the way that Jordan has moved
Okay.
up,
So those-
it's been quite aggressive. Yeah, I
Holy
think he
shit.
may have
I'm feeling good
overextended
with those
himself
rolls. Okay,
and
so 2 go
overexposed
through.
himself. So
Yep.
whilst he is going to be able to get a lot of firepower
Looking for
into the
4s.
knights, he requires a lot of firepower
Nice.
to
2 saves.
deal
Okay.
with the knights.
So they're going to move.
Whereas the
their
reverse
6 inches.
is the knights
once
don't
we're
necessarily need to put
done
as
with the
much
rolls, I think.
firepower
back
allocation in
into
response.
these rooms.
So
I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to score
very much so.
secondary.
So that was pretty hot.
Okay. And then
Owen
it's
saving
3
his
from the
on a 5
Ravager.
and a 6, both
But it's on
saves,
3s
so he
roll.
actually didn't even need to spend rotate iron shields anyway. But yeah. And
Okay.
then the Scourges
No need
just
to
done their
re-roll.
move there as well.
Then 3s. Ooh. Okay, so 2 go through.
all right.
Again, AP minus 3. You got involved. So D6 plus 2 damage.
How many?
2.
So 2 saves, 2 more.
Okay, one
Plus
goes
1
through.
plus
2.
D6 plus 2. 6 damage.
6 damage, not bad.
Yeah.
But really, with those, you're hoping to get 6 at minimum because Wardog's are 12 wounds.
10 wounds.
Okay.
10. So,
No, sorry, 12
Quickly
wounds
move
stops
these
10.
Scourge
yeah.
back into this
So
room.
what that'll mean is, you get 2 Dark Lancers through, you roll
I should
4
probably
up on
double
the
check the
damage.
range.
That's them
Very
popped.
quickly.
So
Should be less than 6. Yep.
Oh, yeah, so this is why the Scourges are coming out, because
they'll
they
just
came
go-
out there and then they're going to use their 6 inches post shooting to move on to the objective. So really cool play.
Yep.
Like that. And then they're going to be well behind the terrain, in which none of the Wardogs can come through.
Yep.
Well, they can, but
yeah, they need to spend that CP to be able to walk through it.
but also this is where he
How many
places the
wounds
Scourges
left on
will be
that
really
carnivore?
important, because if he's well within the terrain, the Wardogs can't walk over enemy models like the big ones
Count
can.
down.
So it'll block him from being able to do
So
that,
I'll
which is
start at
pretty
12
good.
and
So it's
work
pretty
my
good
way
play
down.
there.
Yeah, very strategic.
All
which
right,
means
so
he hasn't
then
necessarily
it's
exposed
just
as
these
much
2
as we
are the only
thought.
things
Yeah.
left into here. So we've got 3 Dark Lancers and 2 Dark Lancers. One's from the boat, one's from the guys inside.
Oh, spicy. So we're seeing a lot of dark. So, yeah, I forgot that there was the other 3 Dark
because
Lancers.
I
There's
don't
actually
think-
got 24 Dark
24
Lancers.
Dark Lancers,
Ravager.
yeah, the Cavalry units, they have one in each one. Yeah, I forgot about those.
This Ravager's
Yeah,
going to
so
shoot through at him.
the Ravager in the middle is going to shoot the middle
So-
Carnivore right in the center there,
Into
as
there.
Jordan pointed out. So there's 3 shots, very nice hits.
Yeah.
He's got 4 rolls anyway, pain tokens, so
Okay.
Wow, he's in trouble.
3 wounds.
Oh, can he?
This is 4 ups.
Yep.
He's
Saves 2,
Saves
fails
2,
1.
fails 1.
Fails 1.
All right.
So
that's
Goes
enough.
to
7. So
Does he
it pops
pop?
that.
No,
Doesn't
okay.
explode.
So that's the first one down. So
Probably just bag these. I keep.
being the first one down out of a list of 12 war dogs.
So that's
It's like
big. That's very good.
You expect to lose
So
at
now
least
we've got
it's
one
minimum
hitting on
2,
3s re-rolling and one
maximum
hitting on
4
4s
around.
re-rolling
Yep.
into the.
If you're losing more than 4,
Can't avoid the back there.
you're in trouble. Yeah.
3s.
So this is the single one.
Okay, doesn't wound.
This is from the,
I'll do
the
Pause. Hits.
radar.
Wounds. Just.
Yep.
oh, very lucky on that
Looking
wound
for a
roll.
5.
So that was the cap line inside.
No.
No. And this is going directly to
7
our
damage.
Another 7.
yeah, due right. So the first one in front of the
Okay,
building
that's
on the
very
middle
lucky.
right-hand side.
And I think that's my turn.
Yeah, that's his turn.
So I got 2 of these back.
So
All right,
cutting
that's nasty.
scoring. Bad.
Yeah, but I'll pop pretty quick to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
He,
So I
did
spent
not
4.
And
push for any of his secondaries outside of clans.
Oh, and I killed a unit. Okay. So that was very
secondaries.
lucky.
How'd you go with cleanse? No.
None. I didn't
Nothing
get a
for
single one.
cleanse?
So I'm going
Not a
to.
single secondary.
I think I can't realistically.
Nothing for cleanse.
I'm
He'll
going
get
to
3
get
points for area
rid
denial, and I don't know if he
of-
deployed. So
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely
Cleanse?
amazing.
Yep.
He's going to drop
for a
cleanse.
CP, and I'm going to keep the other.
It's ballsy if he keeps.
You've got wicked movement, hey.
It's okay.
I
12
don't
and
think it's a
14.
bad choice.
No.
I think once you're in the centre, I'm not going to have much of a
He's
chance
going
to realistically actually do either of
and then
these.
drop behind.
yeah. Drop the scourges.
It's just weird why you wouldn't. I don't understand why you wouldn't push for area denial turn 1.
I'm going to keep deploy.
Yep.
He's
And
going
I'm
to
gonna
keep
get rid of
deploy,
area
and
denial.
He's going to
Oh,
lose
it's
area
going to get rid of
denial.
area as well. Interesting. So he's only going to be keeping deploy teleport homers now. If he does go
Cool,
into the
so-
opponent's deployment zone next turn,
My turn.
Yep.
he's got the 2 scourges.
Yep.
Here you go.
And he
One for
doesn't
discarding
probably
and
wanna
one
be committing
for-
them to scoring points. He probably wants them doing
turn.
damage.
I think
Yeah.
so, but I mean, realistically, I think he's underestimating the actual firepower of his list.
Yeah.
It's like
This
you don't
thing-
really need to. I mean, look, who knows? Jordan wasn't incorrect in saying before that he is squishy.
Defend stronghold. I can't do that.
So first secondary for Owen is
Engage.
defend stronghold. So he's put that back, and then we have engage,
Secure no man's land.
secure no man's land,
And extend.
and then extend.
Wow. So
Alright, so
engage
that's
on all
what?
fronts, secure no man's land, extend battle lines.
Engage, yep.
It's amazing.
That is an amazing
2 or
draw.
more in no man's
That's
land,
12
so we
points.
should be able to
Minimum
get
12
that.
points.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get 12 points here, it's weird.
I mean,
Extend.
at this rate, 'cause he only has to
Engage.
hold 1 for secure no man's
secure.
land and his own.
Yep.
So there's 5 points there because you just move the Nurglings on, right?
Yep.
Alright,
No,
so
not Nurgling. So you move
Well, the Kronos aren't on it. So all he needs to do is get one of those war dogs in the bottom right hand corner onto the objective. Use the Nurglings to block out to screen out the Kronos from coming around. Then that scores him secure no man's land. And then extend battle lines, he can only do it at the top.
yeah.
In the top left hand corner. So using probably his 1 CP strat to move through the building.
In
Yeah,
terms of
To pick
defensive
2, 3,
strats,
3 war
Yeah.
dogs,
I've got a
just
-1 to
move
hit
and
on
necessarily
everything
need to
that
kill.
isn't the
You
monsters,
could even just
and the monsters
move,
have a
get
-1
there,
to wound.
Go for a big bomb charge, or just
And that's pretty much
their
it.
OC8, and he's only got 5 scourges on him right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Scourges
that's
are OC1, so he just needs 1 knight on to touch that, and he's done that there.
Yep.
And
What's
then
their
that gives
OC?
him, he's in 3
1 each,
quarters,
I
and that's his
believe.
2 points.
yeah.
So he could literally
I'd be
just
surprised if it was 2.
play very
Yeah.
cagey here,
Yeah.
send
Yep,
out a
one.
couple war dogs.
Use
I'm going to throw a bit of caution.
Kill
We're
2
going to start
hard.
running through walls.
Yeah, so he's
There
doing
we
it.
go.
So yeah, he's spending CP to run through his walls. That's what we thought.
So the other way that he could do it is that, which I think he might be setting up for at this point, is that he could actually charge around into those
I do
scourges
love the
and
chaos
shoot
ride.
him.
Yes. Well, because he can't move through two terrain pieces, right? So
Yeah.
he's already behind one, so the one he's just moved through, that's the one that acts as that. And then I'm not sure if he, no, he knows. Yeah, cool. Because that stratagem is pick up to 2. War dogs, but get to do that. Or then maybe he, does.
So he might pick that top left-hand one that
Yeah,
is
for
still in his
support.
deployment to go through as well.
Yep.
Because then that would be able to get some firepower on that Ravager. that's exposed right in between the top kind of middle left and the
The one that he's
centre.
pointing at now.
Yeah.
What's in these boats?
So in this one, nothing. In this one,
The
there's
interesting
just
thing
the
to note for the
5
Kronos down on
Cavalite
that
warriors.
bottom left
And
hand
they've got
side,
the
though,
las cannons?
is that
No,
Kronos do have
this
the fly
one
keyword.
has got.
So they are able to move over those Nurglings with ease.
One dark
yeah,
lance,
that's true.
one splinter cannon.
So whilst,
the
yes,
big main one's the dark lance, but yes,
I think
there's
with
5
that
guys in there, one with a
information
dark
in
lance.
mind, you might want to.
That guy.
If I was in Owen's
Yeah.
position, I would probably move those Nurglings in such a way so that they're on the objective. So if the Kronos moves onto it, they're exposed,
So
and
they can
they're
get
also going to be
countered.
reduced because the Nurglings, I believe,
Let's throw a bit of
either
caution to the
halve
wind,
or
I think.
reduced by one.
Just by one. Or might
mix up.
be half.
Well, in either case, it'll actually reduce the Kronos to only being
So that's the
102.
second guy to go through the wall.
That's
Yep.
what Rippers do too.
Yeah. So do Necron Scarabs. Yeah, right. Do very similar. Yeah. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see where he allocates the indirect firepower here,
Man, they look awesome. They're so scary.
Thank you.
because
First time I did them,
the-
I just used an
the
airbrush
target,
and they look like
the best target
this
that I can see
psychedelic
for
thing
the
and
indirect at the moment
I liked them at the
is
time because it was my
being
first
in
go at an
range of
airbrush and I
those
thought I was cool
scourges.
and artistic and then I'm
That's
like,
the first target that I'd
No, I
be
don't
looking
like
to
'em.
take out with indirect.
then I repainted them and
then
rusted them all and then I
maybe
look,
the
now they
unit
just
that
all look
is on
dirty.
his home field
Like
objective
Sylvan,
is
so
if-
now
if
I
he's
finally
able to
found a
get in
scheme I
range.
liked and
Well, the range is 48
done them a third time.
So
on the Havoc launches, so
he's gold.
get anywhere. But also, bear in mind,
you're
he
gonna get
doesn't
a
wanna-
baby
he
engaged,
doesn't wanna
that's
shoot
something.
the scourges because he wants to get onto that objective.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell from here if he's actually touched on total on the objective because he wants to get that charge in. Also because then he can then start
We'll
time.
be able to get a target there.
If he kills the scourges, he can still then touch the radar or well, we'll get to the Ravager.
doesn't
and
need to
on
be
the objective,
standing
but
around
he'll
like
be
a
able to touch the
dickhead,
radar in the
though.
top left-hand corner. So
Yeah. So just with one of the other angles we've got off screen at the moment, I can actually see that he does have enough movement to get around that
Not that I
terrain.
think we really need it,
feature,
but
as well on that bottom left-hand side. If you want to swap to the ISO.
movement done.
So
it's your name.
yeah. So as you can see on screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, that Wardog that we are talking about
Now we're
going
just
to
going to start
scourges
shooting.
is on that side right there.
He's going to shoot into them.
Yep, I mean,
Interesting choice.
honestly, man, you probably pick them up, but you're welcome to roll it.
Oh, it's a Havoc launcher.
Okay.
So
D6 shots, 6,
D6
plus
shots.
1 for blast because there's 5 in there.
So 7.
Hitting on 3s because I can see you.
Yep.
Sorry. 3 misses, strength 5, so I'm assuming wounding on 3s.
Yep.
1 wound, no AP.
Pause. Saves it.
It's a good conversation we just had.
Yep.
This guy
Good chat, ladies and
He's gonna
gentlemen.
shoot
The
the
Wardog's
boat
just like, yep.
with
have
everything,
this,
but the
and then I'm
Havoc
gonna come
launcher is
and
going to
smash
go
in the face.
into these guys at the back.
At the back? Yeah, no worries. You how many are probably going to be able to shoot him?
4.
Yeah, I'm going to -1 to hit.
Cool. So,
So the 4, he's going. Owen's now going
Hitting
through
on
the middle.
3s
Wardog,
instead of
all the
2s.
Brigands are shooting that
For the
Ravager
thermals,
right in the
1
middle
hit.
there.
Yeah. And
One
yeah,
wound.
Drukhari player
Neg
popped
4.
-1 to hit.
6 up
As well.
As well, army-wide 6 up involved.
Yep. So that's Melter, 1 win Melter. Ooh, it's a fail.
not in half range, so D6. 3.
Damage.
Okay. Cannon. 12 shots hitting on 3s, and he's fucking monstered it.
Oh
So
my
12
God.
shots hitting on 3, so he's
Well
pretty much
done.
hit with
Strength 6, toughness of a boat. 7.
They're
I guess.
actually different. No, I think it's 9 for the
I'm just going to roll and
Yeah,
then
it
you
is
roll
toughness
it, yeah,
9
yeah.
on that Ravager.
believe
11
it's
wounds
9.
as well.
Yep, tough 9.
Fives.
tough 9.
Yep, the Raiders are tough 8.
So
Looks like it's about
6
8.
wounds.
5 wounds.
Five
Neg
wounds.
1.
Neg 1.
Yep. But you will get cover.
I think he's
Okay.
Because I can't see all of you.
Yep. So Neg 1
AP
accounting for
for
cover.
shooting the closest target.
Or
Neg
yeah,
1, and then you get
Closest
cover.
eligible target would be that radar.
5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Either,
5.
yeah,
So 4.
maybe the
No.
sorry, the
very bad.
Ravager is the closest target when
Damage?
he's shooting at.
One
Yeah.
each.
Maybe not the other one.
And the Havoc launcher at the guys at the back
Because I know
for 2 shots.
there was WTC FAQ on that, being able to be not just the closest target, the closest visible target.
3s, I guess.
But having
One
said that,
wound.
we are using the
Toughness 3.
No AP.
WTCF, thank you. Yeah.
no,
Yep.
the other one.
Exact same story with this next guy with the
Come out as
tentacle
well.
head.
I think Dalton has included some part of that in it as well. So there's bits
actually.
and pieces I'm not really 100% sure on what we're actually following, but anything that comes up in part of that, we'll be sure to let you guys know.
Yeah. So just seeing what some of the other Wardogs can do that are in that position.
We'll actually go with the guy at the back.
Yeah, so the back line's going to shoot.
Because I think this guy at the front might be able to get a line on the other guy.
Oh, this guy definitely can.
Yeah.
So they're just
Yeah,
checking that
I
middle
reckon
War
he will
Dog,
be
see if
able
it's
to.
got
Start with
line
the
on
guy
the
at the
Raider at the
back
back
anyway.
there. And
thermals.
Owen's deciding to use the back War Dog
One hit.
into the Ravager so that the middle
One
War Dog
wound.
can shoot the Raider.
Because he's still minus one to hit, yeah?
Yep, good decision there.
Sorry. Yeah.
Making sure you're
just 6-2.
maximising
Do it again.
your targets.
Nah. Five.
Five melter damage. So bye Ravager.
That's the first Ravager down.
And his Havocs into those. 5 plus 1 is 6.
The Havocs are going into the Scourges, I believe. Again.
3s because it's out of line of sight. 4 hits.
4 hits.
3 wounds. No AP.
0
Pause. Oh, that's wrong.
Beautiful.
Living the dream.
So what's interesting here is
the next
that
guy
he's very
closest
much
to us,
focused
so we
on
get
that
moving
top
up the
left-hand
line.
flank as of yet. We haven't seen what he's going to do down in the bottom
Spear
right-hand
and cannon.
side. This is often something a lot of players
So
will do.
spears
Even just
hitting on
in normal
2s now.
gameplay, you'll start one side and you'll just walk down
Both
the
hit.
line. But we have seen Owen jump
One
between
wound.
kind of that top side and there as well
4.
when it did come to his movement.
He's got 1 left.
So,
That's another 4 damage.
6.
yeah.
Cannon missed 2.
Yep.
Looking for 5s. 1 wound.
1 wound.
So only 1 wound with the Avenger Gatling.
Oof. And that's a weapon
One,
you
you'll
want to
get
do a
cover.
lot of
Yeah,
damage
saves
with
it.
because of the amount of
And the
shots.
Havocs.
You want to hope
6 shots.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 shots on the Havocs.
Plus the
Yeah.
blast. 3s.
3s, because it's a Brigand.
Yeah, that. He's
Threes,
rolling
I
on
guess.
him-
What's
on,
the
on his
toughness?
Havoc number of
2
shots,
wounds.
but he's just not been able to convert.
Yeah, it's the wound rolls that are letting him down.
Yeah.
Ball on that save.
And
Can this guy at the front
Jordan
tentacle
just
face
doing
see
some
him?
hot saves
Yes,
when he needs
definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
The interesting thing as well
And
is
thermal spears.
the Scourges aren't necessarily like,
1 hit.
even initially.
It's always the way. You only hit
Scourges
with
weren't
1
the
of them.
greatest target for the
no
Havoc
wound,
launcher.
No
Because
wound.
they're in cover, with
Cannon.
a 4-up save, they actually go to a 3-up.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you got to shoot something though, right? Like
yeah.
you can't. It's tough.
you can't leave firepower sitting there not doing anything if you're able to make use of it.
3 wounds.
So 3 wounds from the Avenger Gatling Cannon.
Neg 1, so
Neg
base
1.
save.
Base save. Pause.
Oh,
Takes a wound.
past 2 of them.
And the Havoc into the mates down the end. With 3 shots.
The Raiders down to
All hit.
All hit.
4 wounds left.
1 wound.
1 wound.
1 wound on the Scourges with the Havocs again.
1 wound, sorry.
1 wound. Hey!
The dice gods are in my favour
Jordan's loving
today.
his saves.
Yeah.
We've shot with
doing
1,
really well
2,
with
3,
his
4, 5.
Yep.
We're going with the Stalker at the back, who's going to try and bomb them. 48-inch range.
Yep.
Stalker at the back on his
4
home
plus
objective.
1.
He's going to do the.
He hits on 3s
Havoc
though,
launches
so now
into
4s.
the
1 hit. 1 wound.
Very bad. It's hitting on 4s, obviously, because Stalker's base
Yeah.
3 up. Jeez, another 6 to save.
I can't.
So yeah, only
The
the 1
Brigand
hit
at the
with the
back,
1
I think he'll
wound,
actually be
but
out of
then
range.
converted.
Really?
Oh my god.
Jordan was able to pass that save
funny.
easily. So
He'll be out of range. This Carnivore at the front, he's going to put his Havocs into them. 5, 6
Yeah,
shots.
I will
Hitting
say
on
this,
4s.
chat, and everyone watching the stream, it's very hard because we do this
2
all the time in the
hits.
studio as well. Like,
1
shooting at
wound.
that, they don't point on the table, they don't name what it is, and it's just like fails.
Finally get one.
it's very difficult.
Next Carnivore behind
Especially
him.
when you're looking at a top down and all
One
of them the exact same.
still blast.
Yeah. And I know you play
2
Chaos
hits.
Knight, so you can pick those up very easily. A
1
lot of the
wound.
Drukhari is like, I can pick up, because of the shape of the boats,
goes
right? You
through.
can tell what Ravagers are, because they've got
Next
the guns
Carnivore
off the side.
next to the
But
Nurglings.
with the Knights, it's just like, yeah, I reckon.
5.
Yeah.
So
No
this
blast,
is the carnival
hitting on
down near the
fours.
Nurglings that is shooting.
Wounding
shooting
on
into the cavalry.
threes.
At the back
2
there.
wounds.
2 wounds.
2.
Oh man, this guy.
And do you just want to do
5 and 6s?
measure
What
Yep,
a
of course.
save.
just to the guy, the far brigand?
He's
to
actually
your
probably
guys?
helping him out right now.
Yeah, it is.
One. Oh, this one. Sorry.
Nah, so the brigand on the
What's
far
the
right
range?
hand side.
48. Oh yeah, well within.
He'll be out though. That guy will be out, I'm sure.
Nah, man. I'm not even at
48
48
inches is
yet.
the border.
Oh, wow.
That's 48 there.
All right, so I've got 2 more brigands to go.
Yep.
So 48
First brigand,
is 80% of
5, no blast.
if not more.
That's why it's silly they have ranges at
Hitting on
72 inches. It's like,
Well, so
Technique's working for me.
2 wounds.
back before 60 by 44
I'm not
was
overworking
the
any of
game
you, I
size.
hope.
It was traditional 6x4. 72
There you
is
got
6
one.
foot.
Yeah.
So it was
And
no
more
idea.
Last brigand,
it's like
yeah.
if you were on the angle, you'd just be out. Yes.
2,
so
nothing.
Okay.
Sometimes you do that. Like that's a lot of 11d6 to kill 3 guys.
My God. I mean, I'm telling you, if you felt my
So I think
pulse,
he's got one more brigand left to go.
I am peaking. I have never played. They've never been this tough in my ever.
That guy there is shooting at your blue fella.
Yep. No worries.
Like,
So
do
he's
you think
T7.
I have the
He's
mental
got
capacity to listen and
Is he any
also
neg
do
to hit?
commenting as well would be a bit hard.
Thermal spears. 2 hits.
2 hits with the thermal spears there.
3s to wound.
Yep.
2 wounds.
Oh, both wound.
AP,
Is he able to
4.
make something happen here?
So 3 up. Oh shit! What's his invuln? 6 up, I think. Pretty sure it's 3 up, 6 up. Yep. Yep. And then 5 up. Still no pain. Okay. So 6 ups and then 5 ups. No pain. 2 instead.
Yeah.
So neither.
12.
Oh my god.
12 damage
boom,
on the
boxcar.
thermal
Okay, here we
spear.
go.
Jordan
Don't
did
roll
not
that too
pass
often.
either of his saves,
4,
and the
5,
thermal
6,
spear has
7,
just
8,
gone.
9,
Yeah, just gone off.
Yeah, right.
So let's see what he's able to do with the Feel No
5
Pains.
ups. 1, 2, 3. He's still there.
That's into that Ravager in the bottom mid.
Pretty
I actually think that might be the Kronos's.
Nope.
Because he was rolling Feel No Pains.
All right.
Yeah, so the Kronos has got a 5-up Feel No Pain save.
He's going to go into the Birdmen.
Yep. Charges. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So still seeing some
Yep.
more.
Nice.
All right, so that's the charge going in.
Rate of it.
Nah.
All right. All right, so he's only going into the Scourges
Yeah,
and
as we
not
said.
the Raider.
Yep, because he'll be able to, once he kills the he'll be able to tag the Raider.
Yeah. That's not going to be a problem at all. And we just had Jordan confirm that he doesn't have anything that allows him to fall back and shoot, which is pretty important here.
Yep.
Because it means that that Ravager and its occupants aren't going to be able to shoot next turn when they fall back, I believe.
Yeah. Well, they'll be able to get out
Yeah.
and then still shoot, because then they can get out, Raider can fall back, and then they can shoot.
Yeah.
But it's just 5 Cabalites with, I think 5 Cabalites with
10.
With it's 10.
There's
yeah.
there's unit 10 in there. They've got a Blaster, Dark Lance, Splinter Cannon, and
So he's very lucky if he kills the whole thing with that.
Shredder.
Okay. So there's a
And-
las cannon, a melter gun.
Yeah.
The player mic is coming through the stream.
Oh, through this.
No, through the.
Oh.
It's clashing with this one. It's way louder than this is.
Right. Okay.
Hold on, I don't know. Then just the mic, bro. If you want them to, if you want the chat, yeah, just go. If you want them to hear, then yeah, you put the phone.
I don't think we're watching. Where is it coming from?
So we're just working on some audio issues at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, you can actually hear them. Yes, on audio. You can hear them in the stream. Alright, I'll leave it up to you guys. I don't know what's causing it, but we can.
Cool. So just seeing some more. We're just seeing this combat going on with that carnivore, I believe. That is a lot of dice that is about to come out. So this is going to be 18 attacks. I believe this is from the Scourges in response. I'll just confirm the number of attacks the Scourges have got, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting. Wow, those close combat attacks. It's, as I was just saying, 12 hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, going to be really devastating to those Scourges.
Can you hear them? It's fine. I'm the retard.
My brain hurts. My Wardog over here, he's kicked some face. He's done a good job. Now he's thinking about consolidating into the boat. Can he, or does he have to go towards the centre of the objective?
So if he can end in base to base, or in this case, engagement range of the boat, he can. However, if he can't end in engagement range of the boat, and he wants to consolidate, he must end nearer to the centre of the objective.
Well, yeah, I think
right now, his consolidation definitely can.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. I figured out the issue. We had my headphones were plugged into the stream, so thanks everyone for letting us know that we had both the player audio and the commentators on at the same time, because I didn't understand. So we have fixed that now, so you will just hear us only.
Yep.
Because yes, that would have got very annoying, I imagine. And sorry, I apologise for that. It would have gotten very complicated and very messy. So Scotty's probably going to do most of the direct commentary of what's happening specifically, because currently I can't hear what the boys are saying. So you'll probably end up cutting me off every now and then and whatever when bits and pieces happen, and that's totally fine. So as soon as whenever you do that, we'll just go straight to that and keep that moving. But yeah, so Carnivore nuked some stuff, did it? What happened?
Yeah, so Carnivore was able to get rid of those Scourges, as you can see now on screen, and was able to tag that Ravager. The Ravager did nothing in response.
You wouldn't expect much of that, right?
Yep. So just scoring here now, ladies and gentlemen. So able to, he's going to score max on extend battle lines for 5 points there. He's got 3/4 for engage. That put him up to, I believe that's going to be 3 for the 8 total for the turn. Oh, hang on.
No, it should be 2 points, right?
So,
he's only in 3/4. Correct.
One or more units, wholly within 3 or more quarters.
3 different table quarters too.
Yeah, but it's also you get 1 if it's a tactical.
Of course.
So 3 points on tactical.
And yeah, secure.
And then secure as well. So he's
13 points.
That's a 13-point turn.
Yeah.
So the score that we predicted for Jordan went the complete utter opposite way.
Yeah. Well, I would be I would have been very unimpressed with Owen if he didn't do what we said he did, and pretty much it played out the way we thought. So taking both the top left and bottom right objectives, staging in the middle a little bit, which is going to be very hard for Jordan to, because he kept. What did he keep? He kept deploy.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to deploy in the middle. He screened-ish okay out in his back line. This is Owen I'm talking about here.
So we're just seeing some combat down that bottom left-hand side, sorry, bottom middle there into the Ravager. So we are over to Jordan's turn 2 now. He's about to draw his secondaries. He's got... So he's got Defend Stronghold.
Defend Stronghold.
And Extend Battle Lines himself now.
Oh, yeah, that's harder for him.
So Defend Stronghold's an interesting one because it's scored at his next command phase. If Owen's able to actually capitalize with his indirect and just focus fire on the unit that he is on Jordan's home objective, you can just kind of see it. You can see it in that bottom left-hand side on objective 2.
Yep.
If you were able to see that, you know, he's definitely got a lot of those Havoc launches in range. Focuses fires that unit till it's gone, and Jordan doesn't have something else on there, then he loses Defend Stronghold.
Well, not just, yeah, but realistically, I mean, Jordan just moves the Kronos back onto the objective, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, he needs to huddle for Defend Stronghold anyway. He's going to have potentially 2 War Dogs in the bottom right-hand corner and 1 through the middle, ploughing down on his objective 2 because Owen will want to deny Jordan at that point. So he should be expecting Knights are going to be coming from my home, so let's huddle and protect it a little bit. Yeah, he's not in a great spot, Jordan, purely because of the lack of scoring in that turn 1. Yeah, like, he could have scored. They both could have had 13-point round 1s.
100%.
Granted, it would have been a little bit harder for Jordan, but it could have done, and not doing that pretty heavy.
Yeah. So just looking at how things kind of, how he could achieve teleport home is he could bring in the Scourges, but I'm not 100% certain he might want to do that. It just depends on how far that top right hand
I reckon he fits
Chaos
5.
Knight.
I reckon he fits 5 there.
You reckon he fits 5? And that's
where the dice is right now. That's actually where 9 is.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
I reckon he's
so
about that far.
He's already measured it to zone it.
I don't know if he's already measured it, but I just think by chance that's pretty close to the 9. I would suggest.
Because Scourges are on 25mm bases, so
but it's their wings, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They stick out everywhere, and it's so maybe he can't, man. You know, I mean, does he have? That's the only deep strike he has, right?
Yeah.
But he has it, and he doesn't have a pick up, put down. Strat. I mean, it's so hard. The armies, I still think they're in 9th, but they don't have an index. So I'm like, oh yeah, they can still do all this other stuff.
So we just had a ruling from Dalton that I just missed, unfortunately. I did pull the TO over.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So he is planning on coming in top right-hand corner there on screen.
I'll find out what that was about then.
Yeah, too easy. So as Locky is going to find that, I want to thank everyone that is joining us on both the Australis Tabletop Wargaming Network's Twitch channel and YouTube as well. I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage. If you have any feedback as well, let us know in chat. We'd love to hear it as well. So as you see, Jordan's kind of in this position where he's kind of extended a little bit and he's been punished by overextending on that top left-hand flank. So when he comes into his turn, he's going to have to do some stuff. We're already getting into shooting to see some interesting stuff. Already saying some shots are going to go into combat instead of units disembarking. I'm not certain.
Yeah, that's not smart.
He's exposing that Ravager. Or is that I'm not 100%. No, that's a Raider.
That's a Raider. Yeah.
So he's exposing another Raider on that top left-hand flank.
So the ruling was there was a question about because that the Raider that is in combat with the Carnivore in the top left-hand corner was battle because we missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. Sorry, everybody. Does Battle Shock affect the Cavalites from getting out or doing anything? And the ruling's obviously no, because Battle Shock doesn't do anything, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't, because they aren't the unit that are Battle Shock and all these other bits and pieces. So, no, that's fine. Exposing another Raider would be a very silly move. And obviously, you know, one Ravager's dead, the other one's tied up in the bottom middle. So he's got to be a little bit careful about what he does with his boats. I think Owen is using the terrain a little bit better than Jordan, the current state of this. Just making it kind of like we saw in turn 1, it was actually quite difficult for to actually get some lines on the Knights. Yet in the reverse, Owen actually found it quite easy. So
yeah,
and sometimes the drawback of going first, but
yeah. So I think what's interesting to also note is Owen's positioning. So something that Jordan and Owen were just talking about whilst you were speaking, Locky, was that Jordan said that Owen's got him in a real bind. So with that Ravager on that left-hand side, behind that 3-story ruin.
Yeah, right near the clock, yep.
Yeah, if Owen had said that if you poke your head out, 3 Knights is a hell of a lot to deal with if you don't at least take out 2.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's really got to conserve, and at least one of those Knights has got line of sight, and also the Knight up in that top center just behind that crate have got perfect line of sight on the center to mean that if Jordan goes for deployed teleport homers in the center and exposes himself, he's going to face a clap back.
Yeah. Well, the difference is, right, he's probably, I mean, the Kronos are there. That Kronos probably could, yeah, so it's good he's moving back for defense stronghold. That's a good choice. So he's playing conservative. The moving up on the left, I don't fully understand with that Kronos. I probably would have gone to the middle to at least maybe get deploy. But I think, as we say, the Scourges are going to come in the deployment zone, and then he's just going to go. And to be fair, I actually think it's the right choice. Yeah. Because, I don't know, Venom is going to come down.
Ah.
Right, I don't think that's going to fit there. No, it is. It is. Yeah, right, okay. No. Oh, yeah, I forgot he's got other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's still... let's look at his reserves. So he's got 2 units of Scourges. He's got 2... Is it 2 Venoms? Or is it 3 Venoms that he's got?
It is 2 Venoms.
2 Venoms?
So he's got 2 Venoms, 3 Raiders, 3 Ravagers.
Yep. And the Witches, where are the Witches?
So
in one of the Raiders.
So the Witches are probably in one of the Raiders. He does have Lilith Hesperax as well, which is probably in with the Witches as well.
I mean, she's not going to do anything. Doesn't she just get like 12 attacks at like strength 3 AP 1 or something?
Let's actually have a look at what she does. Because I have known her in previous...
She'll scratch the armor.
Yeah.
9 she was disgusting.
So, anti-infantry 2+, sustained hits 2, 8 attacks hitting on 2s, strength 3, neg 2, 1 damage.
Close, that was close.
So, sure, you're needing 6s to wound, but...
Double exploding 6s is pretty good, hitting on 2s, but I mean... Are you going to give her a pain token? Probably not.
Yeah.
Right? Can you even give her a pain token?
She is...
Can you give a character a pain token?
Not 100% certain. She does have the Bringer of Death ability, so models in the unit that she's leading have the Fight First ability.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the strength characteristic of the attack and improve the armor pen. So it's...
So all the Witches go to AP 2 as well, and then she goes
strength 4, AP 3.
Yeah, pain token on that for reroll hits and wounds would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Because pain token's just reroll hits, right?
Not 100%. I'll find out. Then the other ability is at the start of the fight phase, this model can once per battle can use this ability. When it does, the attack characteristic is increased to 12, and this model's invul save is increased to a 3+.
It's just, I still don't think even in the best of scenarios that unit kills a knight, right? I mean, everything's winning on 6s.
Yeah. So, pain tokens, each time, let's have a look. So it's just a power from pain ability. We'll see if Lilith Hesperax, which I dare say she probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does have power of pain, so you can put a pain token on her.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
So
coming back to the game real quick, though, did decide to get his Cabalites out in the top left, which is, get that. I'm assuming he's probably going to fall back with the radar, fall back over him, to the other side of or to block it, something like that. So it's on the objective.
Yep.
Fall back on the objective. I think it's OC 3 or 4 for a radar.
We'll find out.
Again, I think the Ravager might be more or whatever, one between, and then the Cabalites.
So the Raiders OC of 2, the Ravagers OC 3.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So if he really wants to, he's just allocated the pain tokens onto those 3. So he did it on the Cowblight Warriors and on both Raiders.
Why would you not
I'm
put it
not
on the
100%
Ravager?
certain if he put it on the Ravager as well.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yep. Yeah, he's got 4. He's got 4 little stars.
Yeah. So they're going to be getting
I'll confirm that in a second.
Yeah, no worries. Just whilst Locky is confirming that, I'll familiarise everyone in chat with pain tokens. So he does put out 3 pain tokens at the start. So he gets 3 at the start of the battle, and each time an enemy unit is destroyed, you gain 1, and each time an enemy unit as a battle shock test, you gain 1. Each time you gain a pain token, keep it to one side. This is your pain token pool. So you get to use it at the start of any phase. So you get to either roll advance or charge when you use it in a movement or charge, or you get to re-roll hit rolls. So it is not wound rolls, but he can use it to re-roll advance and charge.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it is all 4. Yeah, it is all 4 of them. The Cavalites, both Raiders and the Ravagers all have pain tokens. So yeah, full rerolls to hit. But is there a strap for rerolls at all? No.
So for them, let's have a look. They've got a reroll to wound strat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes, for 1 CP,
so.
You target 1 Cowblight unit, 1 Cabal unit, and 1 enemy unit is below half strength.
Okay, that's lame.
So it means you've got to wound a Wardog but not kill it, and then go in with Lilith.
Half strength, yeah?
Yeah.
So you got to get it under. That's dumb.
So, yeah, 4 wounds or less.
Too many check balances.
Yeah.
So we've taken some wounds on the Wardog, I assume. We've just got a token marked up on it. Although I don't know why it says 12.
So he's popped rotate ion shields on the knight that is on that objective that we've got on screen at the moment.
Yep, the carnivore.
And he's just said he can't use the strat because it's not below half strength yet.
Yep.
Oh. That wounds with dark on the Raider here.
Saves it on a 4, big boy.
Just.
Big boy.
And it's
awesome.
why, yeah, he's just saying, it's why you rotate that ion shield.
Oh, and this is the best place to do it.
Yeah.
This is the Cabalite side, or Cabalite next to it, sorry.
He fails that one. That is the 6. That's
he's not below, he's at half.
yeah. Yeah, so he's not able to pop that strat just yet. Oh, Lens failed. Oh no, Blaster, come on.
We wouldn't be hitting on 2s anyway.
Nah.
Jesus.
Failed. Both.
Everything be hitting on 4s.
Yeah. Looks like those dice need a salt bath.
I mean, look, he had a great run turn 1, 5 and 6s on all his saves, so it can't be too hard about it. Splinter cannon or whatever.
It's nothing from the Splinter. 6 shots from the Torrent weapon, which is the Phantasm, I believe. Yikes. Talk about hot to cold in a single turn.
That's heavy. I would have flipped the table if that was me.
3 Dark Lances.
From the Ravager. To the same Wardog?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because he's just said he needs to do everything to that Wardog. He's going to shoot till it's dead. Oh.
I mean, I don't think that's the right strategy.
Are we going to see 2 saves here? 2 4-ups. Both go through. And he's dead.
Yeah, definitely dead.
But it took the Ravager to do it, which is probably what you don't want to have allocated there.
That Ravager should have shot the middle Wardog right in the middle.
Yeah.
It should have maybe gone for a long bomb charge for the Kronos into that Wardog or the other Raider, because I don't think the back one on the left-hand side next to the Ravager, I don't think that one shot.
Yeah.
There was the one in the combat, then he did the Cabalite unit, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And the Kronos probably hasn't shot either. I'm sure that has some kind of gun.
Oh. He's popping 2 CP for move, shoot, move.
On what? Oh, yeah, to get on. Nice.
Oh, he's seeing if the Ravager can move 14 inches. No, I don't think it's going to get him there.
Oh, because he wants to protect it.
Oh.
Yeah, but just go behind the crates, mate.
Gets you out of
I know he wants to
sticky
double.
sitch.
He wants to get on the objective, and then he also wants to...
Yeah.
Because he wants that freeze extend.
He wants
battle lines.
engage.
No, free extend.
Extend, yeah.
Because he has to remove him off it. So
Which he's done.
Which he's done. But it's just, yeah, I think that's why when I was saying before about falling back with the raider that was in combat to be on the objective and then let everything else kill it. So then at least something on the point when it dies.
Yeah.
Because now he's in. If he actually can't, if he can't get anything there, he can't get extend.
Yeah. So just a little bit of feedback from chat. We might have audio panned one way over the other. Okay. What I will do, Locky, I'll pass you these headphones so you can actually listen to the players, and I'll check it on my end.
All right. Oh wow, this is very different. Whoa. These headphones are horrible. Yeah, right. So also in the middle at the bottom there, we see the I think the Ravager killed the Wardog it was in combat with, which is pretty tasty and pretty cool. Yep. So he's spending his 2 CP for Phantasm or whatever the strat is called, the Dark Eldar one, or the Raider there to now move out of the way, which is, yep, fair enough. I mean, he does have defend stronghold, so he's going to want as much stuff in the back line, protecting that objective as much as possible. So, Owen's just bigging himself up, saying how good he is. That's why he's on stream. I bet, good on ya. Owen's saying hi to Hugh. I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I'll tell him. Owen says hi, Hugh. What's up? Yeah. So the Venom in the back is obviously flying teleport homers. Yeah, so Jordan did make a few mistakes, but it is what it is. We're going to go into the score now. So he got teleport homers for 5 points, the big 5, or 6, or whatever it is, 6? The 6, 5. Didn't get extend. So not getting extend battle lines is pretty big, as we said. So made a couple critical errors in that top left-hand corner there that restricted him from being able to get on that objective, because unlike Secure No Man's Land, you have to remove, you have to kill someone off it, well, and then get on it. So. So, we're going to now move into Owen's card draws. Yep. So, we are going to lose extend battle lines. So Jordan's going to drop extend battle lines for an extra CP, and Owen has drawn area denial. Bring it down, and no prisoners.
What are we using? What are we using as the out? Didn't plug it in.
Oh, really? Oh, so chat. So we've just found out that thank you for letting us know about the audio problems, but we'll let Scott explain why that fell apart.
Yeah, so turns out that the cable for the left-hand side of audio for you guys was not fully plugged in.
Because he was getting panned.
So that is actually, should be now fixed, ladies and gentlemen. If you could just confirm for us in chat as well, that'd be really greatly appreciated, ladies and gentlemen, that we've got that fixed up for you guys. Also, it turns out that I can also hear the players if I decide to make sure that my headphones are connected.
Oh, okay, so you
on
can
my
hear them.
end, so I can hear the players and you can hear the players and we're all set.
How is that possible?
It just means that I just won't be able to hear you.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can't hear you either, so I just hear you normally now. And we don't get you can't hear yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so Owen is spending 1 CP to walk through rolls. So real quick, he drew no prisoners, area denial, and bring it down. They are very good draws.
Yeah.
Very good draws considering all three of the 4 vehicles Jordan has are in the open, and you know a few of them are pretty damaged. So yeah, I mean this could be a huge turn.
Yeah. So, again, walking through walls is something that Chaos Knights do to make use of because they've, you know...
It's the best strat. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's just such a powerful stratagem to have any vehicle be able to walk through walls. And funnily enough, what I'm actually surprised that he hasn't played yet is Tank Shock as well.
Yeah.
Especially when the Carnivore comes in, that is pretty much a go-to for all CK players. Especially if you're rocking Carnivores, it's 16 dice. You know, just adding those more wounds to what you get is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I mean, look, Owen's been playing really well, I would say. He's definitely has had a game plan. Surprisingly, when it's been stacked against him pretty heavily. So, yeah. The 3 Wardogs in the middle, as you can see, have just... so in the bottom, this is the second Wardog that is moving through terrain. So that stratagem obviously is pick 2, and then you can move through ruins, which is pretty cool. So the 3 brigands in the middle are getting very, very close to all the vehicles, obviously looking for bring it down, but that's also going to give him area denial because he's going to have a unit wholly within 6 of the center. Is it 6 or 3 of the center? Within 3 of the center. So I don't know if he's actually done that properly. So he might actually miss out on that, not being a bit too lazy with double checking, but. No, sorry, no, I was right the first time. Yeah, it's wholly within 6 of the center. And then it's the baby one. It's 3 VP, so yeah. No units within 6, and he's wholly within 6. He gets 5 big 2 points. Yeah, middle of the battlefield, he's talking about that right now. Oh, okay, this is even better. So he's just dropped the Changeling down into the middle of the battlefield, so he actually doesn't have to even use his Wardogs.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think that one that's actually on the terrain piece right now actually would have probably been very close, probably within 6 anyway.
Yeah.
So he probably didn't even need to do that, but I totally forgot that he actually had the Changeling, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just setting up something on our end so we can maintain scores, so we can see the progress of everything.
Yeah, because we are with the score graphics will be for battle rounds for game 2. We've just got to adjust a few things.
Yeah. So it was a 13-point turn for Owen turn 1, wasn't it? So he had engage in all fronts for 3 that he got, extend battle lines for 5, and then was it secure no man's land or was it?
Yes.
Yeah. So secure no man's land. And he did end up controlling those 2.
So this is the Blue Scribes doing kick power onto the Venom in the top right-hand corner, I think for D3. Mortal Wounds dishing out 2. So that... So the Brigade is Brigand is shooting the Venom, big guns into the Venom, and then the Havoc launcher into the Cabalites on Jordan's home objective, objective number 2. No. So they're talking about stealth being outside of 12. So stealth just applies a -1 to hit regardless of range. So D6 plus 4. So this is from the melter. Does not explode. So didn't even need to use the other big guns. That just dies. So that's going to be already. That's going to be. Oh no, Venoms don't. They don't have 10.
No, it's only going to be the 2 points on Bring It Down.
Oh no, so it's already, that's 2 points.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Cabalites in there too. Oh wow. Yep, right, okay. Oh no, maybe this is Witches and Lilith.
No, I think it might be.
No, it's Cabalites.
It's got to be Cabalites.
Yeah, so 5-man unit of Cabalites is down, which is annoying for Jordan because it's no prisoners and Bring It Down in this scenario. It's just such a great pull.
Yeah.
So none of them die from getting out, so that's a win, which is good. So now we're doing the Havoc launcher into the Cabalite in the back. Jesus, big old 6 for 7. Oh no, I don't. Forced to hit. I don't know why it's forced to hit. 1 wound. No, makes a save. Nice.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is that if I'm looking at the table correctly, he's probably put 1 unit of 5 Carbolite Warriors in a Venom. And Venoms are able to split. So he's able to actually have a unit of 10 between 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the boys didn't even roll that Gatling out because 12 shots coming in, hitting on 2s, winning on 2s, neg 2, but they're all dead. So,
yeah, pretty much.
For the ease of time, which is good. So
Yep.
Yep, cannon and spear into the boat, and then the Havoc is going into the Cabalites, back on objective 2 again. So
yep.
we can stay here on this one.
Yeah. Now, whilst we've got a little bit of dead time, do you happen to remember what secondaries Jordan had turn 2? He had deploy teleport homers. It was... Oh.
So those are 2 thermal spears, not wounded on the
Oh
the radar.
no, that's no good.
Yeah,
that's no good at all.
So this Raider's got 5 wounds left.
Yep,
5's to wound on his Gatling. So this would be a real shame if he can't pop it. He's not going to get 5 wounds.
Yeah.
4 wounds.
Oof.
Neg 2. I mean, he probably nearly does do it, but look, he'll charge, take shock, all that stuff.
Because it'll also get him on the objective.
Exactly. So, actually, in hindsight, he doesn't. That was turn 2. No,
Right.
Yep. This is. Oops. So all the cats are dead in the back, bar the Archon. Archon is on his own with a Kronos.
Yeah, right. Solo YOLO boy.
So front Wardog into Land Radar. So Jordan's just thinking about a stratagem, so he's doing lightning fast. Yep, so no stratagem being played there. So thermal spear into the heavily damaged.
Oof.
No wound. Oof.
Can't convert there,
Nice.
unfortunately.
Yeah. 4, 5 wounds. 5 wounds at -2 from the Gatling cannon into the radar closest to the objective.
Ooh.
That's him popped.
Yeah.
Does he explode? It does not explode. Okay, cool.
That's kind of pivotal.
It's expected. It had 5 wounds left from the beginning. Start of the turn. So it's a shame it took him so long to do. The Havoc now is shooting into the Kronos in the front there. He loves getting 6s on his blast.
He does. I mean,
see it,
that's
mate,
what you
so
want to
it's
see it,
2s.
though.
Yes, you can. One wound. Okay, only one. Saves it. So. Oh, that's why he couldn't see him. Sorry. Yep. All right. So the front. That was the middle Wardog. This is now the front one. Yep.
Yeah.
So Jordan's just procced -1 to hit, lightning fast, or whatever it's called in Drukhari. Is this called lightning fast?
Could be lightning fast, or it could
They
be
just
under
changed
another
the name because it's Drukhari.
But effectively, yeah, -1 to hit. I'll just find it
it's
real quick.
Quicksilver reactions.
Yeah, Quicksilver reactions.
So lame. Oh no, he's making him -1 to wound.
Oh, interesting.
-1. Also, -1 to hit. Sorry, is on the and -1 to wound is on the Kronos. So one hit with the spear into the radar. Yep. 1 wound.
Yeah, so insensible to pain.
Yeah.
It's only on homunculus covens, which the Kronos does have.
He rolled a 6. He rolled a 6 on his invul save.
Oh, spicy.
And that would have been D6 + 4. So that
would have been
good.
the Kronos gone.
Yeah. No. That was another radar.
Oh, that would have been the Raider potentially.
Yeah.
Gone.
Okay, nothing really is going well here. Granted, he does have a whole nother Wardog in that
Still to
middle
go,
section
yeah.
still to shoot. One wound down.
Oofed.
That's on the Kronos. Yep. So the back brigand is shooting everything into the radar in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, middle left. Sorry, and then the Havoc is going into the Kronos on objective 2.
Yeah, and both have still got the -1s as well.
He's got 2 hits with thermal spears now, so we're hitting on 3.
Oof.
1 wound. I'd be CPing that, but it's just
He doesn't have any in the tank.
He doesn't. That's right. D6 damage for 4. There's 6 wounds remaining on that radar.
So he's not bracketed just yet.
That's 10 or 12?
10. So currently Jordan's got 1 CP in the bank. Owen's got none.
The thing is, you don't need it as CK. Really, there's this. You can also do the exploding 6s one.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. Especially if you want one target. That's usually what I most of the time will play. We'll play that or the move through wall strat.
Yeah. Generally, I'm
take
finding
shots.
not just within codexes at the moment, there's kind of 1 or 2 stratagems just in general that people are making use of. They're not making use of the whole suite of 6.
Yeah. Yeah, 5s to wound. This is the Gatling into the radar. 4 wounds at -1.
Oh, only passes
Saves
2.
So
Alright, so
So,
that Raider's now down to 4 wounds.
yeah. But he's got nothing else that can shoot it, though.
Yeah.
So realistically, the only other thing he can score, bring it down on, is in the bottom middle. Okay. Yeah, so someone's trying to just talking to Jordan about doing chip damage and bits and pieces. So
yeah,
I think pretty much now we're just going to move on to all the Havoc launches. moving from middle to right.
Like, I'm not sure if... Because looking at the current board state and just where the models are, Owen's really provided this kind of full frontage of like, here I am, I'm just going to come forward. Whereas you look at Jordan, and he's gone, I'm in these two different areas.
Oh, but he's been bullied now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you know, the CK just controls half the board. So top left, that carnivore, that brigand is charging the Cabalites there, obviously to get onto the objective. Can base must base.
Yeah.
Big old 9-inch charge, very well done there.
So he's trying to find the most baseable point whilst also staying on the objective.
Yep. Yep. So not going to do well. Probably won't kill the unit because it aren't great. But so this is where, for example, if you had CP, tank shock would be great.
Yep.
And then the carnivore in the bottom is charging the Ravager, which is another point for him for bring it down. So really, he'll already have.
He's already on 3 from the one earlier.
Well, it's 2 plus 3, which is 5.
Yep.
Plus another 3, be 8, plus 1, 9. So you can potentially get 9 points and bring it down if he kills the Ravager.
But bring it down is only a max of 8.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
8.
So, all right, 4 wounds at neg 3 means they're on that invon.
D6 plus 2 each.
Ooh.
It's dead. It's super dead.
Yeah, that's goner.
Hey,
but he
explosion!
Kaboom, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we don't have that one.
That's spicy. So that's that Ravager down on that bottom left-hand flank there. It's gonna go kablooey. And it's hitting the Archon too.
Two wounds on the Archon.
Oof.
Do your consolidation, mate. Do your consolidation. You might even get onto
he's
the objective.
based. Well, he is currently on the objective.
No, here.
Yeah.
After killing the radar, consolidate, because you can move towards the objective.
You can, but you have to end on it.
I don't know if he's in range.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think he is.
Because that's pretty big, because he probably takes that point which denies defense stronghold.
Yes, it does.
So, you know, double check, mate, double check. So I don't know what happened. Did the Brigand not do anything?
I don't think he's resolved it yet.
But then why are the Cabalites fighting?
Well, or maybe the Brigand didn't do anything.
I might have missed that. Sorry, chat.
Yeah. But there's been a lot of combat this turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely agree with you that the Chaos Knights are just now in a position of we're just going to bully the Drukhari into a corner and overwhelm them.
So, Cabalites into Wardog. Up at objective 1. Oh my god.
Oh. That's some cold dice. That's icy.
What?
That's icy.
Oh man, that is...
Goodness me.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Jordan, we are feeling the pain for you, mate. That was horrific.
Absolutely feeling the pain there.
So 6 to wound. No, nothing there. So 3, 6. Yeah, so he'll get 8. And he'll max. Right, so they're just doing the scoring now. No prisoners is maxed 5 points. Area denial is maxed for 5 points, and bring it down is maxed for 8 points. That is an insane turn.
That's an 18-point turn.
18-point turn.
Not even including primaries, which he probably would have gotten at least for Vital Ground. He held his own.
And he held, he only controlled the other one.
Yeah.
In the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, so that was 7 points. So that's a 25-point turn.
Huge, man.
That is massive.
Huge. That's a quarter of your whole potential score done in one turn. It's great.
Yeah.
Great turn. I mean, look, drawing, bring it down, and no prisoners together is,
yeah,
it's pretty crazy. So battle shock tests now everywhere.
I might just go make sure I've got everything correct for my side of things, so we can stay up to date whilst they've got a second.
So Archon battle shock test coming up now. So 7, he's just all right. The Kronos. That's a fail. Raider is battle shocked. And that'll be it. Secondaries being drawn. Did you get, buddy? Tempting target.
Oh, gosh.
Is this first one? That's so bad. Bottom right, I would say, would be tempting target.
Yep. Well, really,
bring it down. Yep.
Bring it down as well.
A tempting target and some hostile.
Okay, that's not too bad. And then for primary, he's got 1 for 2 points. So currently, the scorecard of the end of turn 2, Jordan was on 7 points, Owen was on 38, not including Battle Ready. So if we include Battle Ready, that's 17 to 48. Which is kind of crazy.
I love it how Lawrence just isn't going to let us know before that happens. Thanks, man.
But yeah, it's been a really interesting game so far. I definitely think Jordan overextending turn 1, Owen punished him for it.
100%.
Because not being able to do that. Well, sorry. Hearing myself is weirding me out for crying out.
I did just change that. Because if we're going to talk round-ups rather than hearing what's happening in the game.
So, turn 1, saw Jordan move out. He wasn't able to capitalize with his firepower.
Yep.
And then he got punished for it.
Yep.
Turn 2, he moved out again. And then...
Didn't really do anything.
Yeah. Got punished for it.
Yeah.
So, I think... he's got to try a different tact here. Now, he has said he's bringing in deep strikers this turn.
Well, the interesting thing too, right, but rather than this turn, let's be retrospective a little bit again. If he'd scored those 13 points, the potential that 13 points that we reckon he had, that puts him on 30 to 48. Much more manageable score. Much more flux places to move. And then also, the moment you start getting on the scoreboard, it starts to change, gets in the mind of the other player, like, I have to do this, and it forces them to make mistakes. I feel that's actually what Owen's done to Jordan.
Yeah.
He's gotten on the board early, putting the pressure on early, and forced Jordan to make mistakes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think Jordan didn't want to go first in this matchup.
No, but then at the same time, didn't run his first turn as a defensive, didn't handle it in a defensive way.
Yeah.
Going, cool, well, if I don't want first turn, well, let's just pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and I'm just going to stay back. I'm not going to expose anything. You have to come out if you want to play.
I mean, he's going to come out anyway, right? So really, maybe move block the center. I mean, as we said at the start of round one, everything was pushing towards him. Put one unit in the middle and do one action, and automatically you've got 10 points.
Yeah.
All you have to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one raider. You go, cool, whatever. I'm just going to put one raider. Or, it's unfortunate that the Venom was in deep strike.
Yeah.
If the Venom was on the board starting there, could have gone bang just to shoot that out. And, obviously he had a plan, and he didn't want to put his Scourges, as you were saying, didn't want to use the Scourges for actions because he wants them to be
shooting
to kill.
Yeah.
And we forgot, but there's another Venom. So are both in deep strike? They clearly have been.
Yeah.
So there's another one still to come in now.
Yeah.
So moving into what's happened now is that the Raider on the left-hand side has come around behind that terrain piece, as you can see. The Kronos has just looked to screen out the Archon, which is good play there.
Yeah.
It's good because he has to move right around. The thing is, I don't know if you can actually do it. Carnivores move 14 inches, so they can just go right around.
Yeah, I think that Kronos needs to be a bit further down.
Well, the thing is, it's Jordan's turn, right? So he's going to charge.
Yeah.
But I still don't know if that's the right choice. To be fair, I actually don't know the Kronos stat line. I don't know what they're like.
Let me just pull it up, because I wasn't too far away from it.
I'm pretty sure it's the Talos has the really good gun. It's the
Yeah,
big crazy melter gun
it's got
thing.
the liquefier gun as well as the twin splinter cannon. The Kronos, in terms of combat, it is 4 attacks hitting on 4s, strength 5, no AP, 1 damage.
That sucks. Into knights, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the third raider with the witches come down.
Right. So from this, can't disembark because it's in the reinforcement step.
Yeah.
So that means that they're going to be there.
And the raider just gets popped next turn, and then the witches die. Yeah.
And witches get out and die, but the Venom's also going... Is that... Yeah, the Venom is also going down in that corner as well, interestingly enough. So that Venom is probably going to have the other half of the Cowbelites.
The interesting thing here, right, is obviously this bottom right objective, objective 4, was picked as a tempting target, right?
Yeah.
But if this was me, I wouldn't even worry about it.
No.
I would be putting my other assets in positions that are easier to kill other targets with other contingency I have.
Yeah.
Because that you can still max bring it down, and Storm Hostile you can still do.
Yeah.
So, all you need to really do is get that Venom onto the top left objective, or to be fair, that Wardog to die. And then he's on the objective anyway. Well, he should be. When he did his piling move, he should have made sure to at least have one body on the point.
Yes.
So that's probably going to potentially cripple him here too, because he's not going to be able to get on that point at all. In general. So I think going for a tempting target here with the way he's come down from deep strike, I think is a trap, because he's spreading himself too thin and he could bounce. And if he bounces, he could be scoring low on Bring It Down, not get Storm Hostile, and then not even get a tempting target either. Like even right here, how does he get onto the point physically? Does he actually get onto his tempting target objective?
He doesn't. So I definitely agree with you. Focusing on Bring It Down and Storm Hostile is going to be the important ones here. It will be interesting to see if he decides to fall back with the Cowbelites and fall back onto the objective.
And then pop the Wardog.
Because you don't want to be shooting the Wardog with your Dark Lancers, which he's just brought in those Scourges on that top level. So that they
so
actually...
can see everything.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I'd even put the other one up there too. I'd put them both there and go, cool, we can now see all 3 in the midfield, and you've just got free reign. And pull the Ravager, leave the Ravager where it was. Leave the Ravager on the other side of that building, you got perfect line of fire to the middle.
Yep, so you're looking at least... The other thing, you've just pointed out, is that second unit of Scourges will be able to get fire on that bottom...
Well, no, I think that's why he's moved the Ravager. He's moved the Ravager there to potentially have contingency into the bottom Carnivore to protecting his home.
Yes, but I think he could have...
He could have been in a position to get both.
Yeah, he could have been in a position to get either the top left or bottom left.
Yep.
One.
Like where the Raider was, the Raider just needed to pivot and probably be able to see the bottom carnivore, the 3 middle, and the top, and literally see everything. And then your Witch Raider and your Venom come somewhere else to help with more contingency and potentially more bodies on Storm Hostile in the top left, and just not worry about attempting target.
He hasn't fall back.
Because if he keeps it though, it puts him in a better position moving forward. Oh, he didn't fall back.
He didn't fall back.
Oh no, what are you doing, dude?
That's
okay. So he's gonna get he's getting Cabalites out of the other Raider now.
Okay.
The damaged one. So this is where he'll be able to walk on to that point.
Yeah, because you disembark 3 and then you move 6.
So I reckon he's close enough to get one guy just touching.
Yeah. Because the OC of a Wardog's what? 8?
8, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cavalry Warriors would be 2. So if he was 8,
if he falls back too, right? He falls back and gets them out and touches. He doesn't even need to kill the Wardog.
No.
Because then he goes, oh, cool, well, now there's just...
I've got 10.
Score. Like, yeah, you're going to get clapped back, but who cares? It's a Brigand. It's not it's not a Carnivore. So... And then with the other unit, you charge and tie it up again. And then trade. So the unit that fell back, then the one that gets out, that tags it, so stop it from shooting next turn.
Yeah. The only reason he might not have fallen back is if the unit was battle shocked.
Oh, yeah, good point.
But by looks, there are still 5 models there.
No, I don't think they didn't take a test. They didn't have to.
So
he's doing pain tokens now.
Yeah, that's definitely a misplay, not falling back there, in my opinion.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he clearly must have some kind of plan.
But also then it then means that you're a -1 to shoot it.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a no-brainer to
fall back 100%. So yeah.
It's definitely the right play. I just don't know if he's going the same mindset as like, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about Storm Hostile. Maybe he's going, I'm not going to worry about Storm Hostile. I'm going to do a tempting target. I mean, I don't understand if that would be...
I don't know how he would achieve it. Unless Raiders have got assault transports. Where you can... what do you call it?
Jordan just did notice that Raider in the middle is below half, so it'll be -1. So he's put a pain token on that as a contingency, which is good.
Yeah.
Yep. So he got 1 pain token back because of the Archon, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna start with the Ravager, I think.
Yeah. No, he can't disembark. Do a charge out because it doesn't have the assault deck.
If it doesn't move.
If it doesn't move, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. They can still get out and then charge.
Yeah. So doing that before it moves, but he couldn't get it closer, disembark, and then go for the charge.
Well, the weird thing too is it didn't move. Why doesn't he move it onto the objective?
Potentially Overwatch.
Yeah.
Owen does have the CP up, so...
Okay, so we're rotating.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, chat, I missed that, but I do believe we're rotating on the Wardog in Objective 1. Going around the Cab Alliance.
Yep. Which does make sense.
So re-rolling because of the pain token? No, sorry, this is in the bottom.
Ooh, I would be re-rolling that.
Saves it on a 4.
I would have re-rolled that right there.
So that was the Ravager into the bottom Wardog there.
I think.
Yeah, so I think we're doing the Archon now.
Yep.
There's Blast Pistol. Yep. Strength 8, strength 5s, no wounds. So the Battle Shocked Raider now is going to shoot into what?
Yeah. 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 But so hitting on 4s, the pain token gives it rerolls.
Yeah. Well, he's not getting a +1 from anything. So I don't know why. So Jordan was saying that we can't kill each other in combat, so we might as well sit there, and that's not correct because the Wardog can shoot in its turn
before combat comes around.
Yeah. So Darklands from the radar going into I think the middle Wardog. Yep, 6 to hit. That was the reroll.
Oh, come on.
Winning on 3s.
That wound, can he pop it here?
With a 5. Hey, that's a 6.
Oof.
So,
oh. Nah. Blaster should be in range, easy.
yeah, it's 12 inches, right?
I'm pretty sure blasters are 18.
Yeah, right.
I'll just find that out. Yeah, blasters are 18, Darklands is 36.
18-inch melter is pretty good.
Yeah.
Splinter rifles now, everything into the same Wardog at the front, middle there from the radar. Snake eyes. All right.
Just
so
not.
Scourges now.
Yeah, this is where he wants to. Yeah, and he's just said, this is where it matters. This is the big stuff. He needs to capitalize on this right now. Come on. He's allocated 4 shots into that bottom right. All 4 hit after the reroll. Only 2 wounds. Fails both. Oh no.
Pass both, bro.
Pass both. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to see
that's
from
the
this
one that
side.
he rotated. So which was silly for him to target that one because so this is the next squad down that's shooting. Okay, I'm assuming into the same target, but like it's the one you rotated on. It's like he
Pass both again.
passes both again. Ball. Yep. So now they're going to use their. Yep. So the boys have just agreed that they're on the bottom floor. They know where they are. They've done their move. Their move, shoot, move, or whatever it is.
Oofed.
It's a bit of whiff of a turn.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
No.
I agree. I think he should have tried and popped the top one that's in combat. And then try to go for the middle.
I think he's, unfortunately, I think it's especially this turn, Jordan has just spread himself way too thin. Tried to do way too much this turn.
Yes, I agree.
He's trying to go like, oh, I'm going to try and kill 3 Wardogs and, score all 3 objectives, and you're just like, nah.
Sometimes ambition gets the better of players.
I mean, I fall victim to that heaps, where I'm like, oh, this will work, this will pan out, and then instead of getting something small, get nothing.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yep.
We don't know what that was for because they didn't roll it in the dice track. Okay, so we're going into the charge phase now. So 10-inch charge from the Venom into the Wardog.
On that bottom right-hand flank.
Close. It looks like that's a 6. Oh, he gets it on a 12.
Wow, that's spicy.
I don't... So we're backpedaling now. Jordan just forgot about the guys inside the Venom, so Owen's just letting him shoot at now. Nothing's really going to change, so it doesn't really matter. I think Jordan might be hoping that the Venom gets destroyed, so then the Cabalites can get out and take the point.
Yeah.
But I just still don't think they can get out within 3 on the objective because Owen screened it out so well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, I don't know whether the charge was the play.
Nah, like we said, you just wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Well, you just wouldn't bother with a tempted target.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. It happens. Problems happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy for us to sit here. We're not playing it. You know, we're not the ones knee deep in having to make the decisions on the fly. So
Yes.
It's all good and well for us to be like, Mah.
Yeah, but that's also our role as commentators.
The best is so good is you can say whatever you want and people like disagree with you like I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been really solid to see at least Drukhari on the table now. The interesting thing I will note, I was having a little bit of a look on stat check. Drukhari actually have a 60% win rate.
Yeah, right.
Against Chaos Knights.
Yeah, because Dark Lancers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, normally they should be picking up 2-3 knights a turn.
Yeah.
At like minimum 2. Should be losing 2 a turn.
But
it's target priority. The terrain maps definitely favor, help mitigate it because you can move within the terrain really well. And again, when you're taking a full Wardog list, you know it's easy for you to. Everyone's fast. It's really fast. And speed's killer in 40k. Like it's just ultimate, really.
a lot of people say the game is won. The game is won in the movement phase.
And deployment, I think.
And deployment, yeah.
I think it's end deployment, you know, especially maybe not so much now because of the cards and because of how like on the fly and retroactive you have to kind of play the game in general. So, but definitely in 9th, it was definitely deployment. Like if you deployed wrong based on your secondaries, you know, the ones that you pick, you could potentially stuff yourself up pretty heavily.
Yeah. The other thing that helps with that as well was the smaller board size.
Yeah.
Because movement it gets you so much further into the board compared to what it was when it was a full 6x4.
Yeah. Well, and also the reason why movement's even more important now than ever it was before is the fact that because the missions are so interchanging and flexible, and you know you might have to be from the middle one turn, and the next turn you need to be in the corner.
Yeah.
You know, to score and to maximise. So, you know, if you have majority of your units that are moving minimum 12, 15, 18 inches, you know, i.e. Eldar, Tau, CK, it's really handy. It's really handy.
Yeah, so these guys are still resolving some combat.
Okay, so this is the Carnivore clapping back to the something.
It's probably the Venom.
So 6 up, this is into the Venom. No, sorry,
Kronos.
it's in the Kronos, yep. So that was 12 damage in total into the Kronos, and now he's looking for 5 up, feel no pain. So
and the
combat in the bottom middle.
Yeah, and Kronos has only got a
3, so it takes 9.
Not enough.
Oh no, I take 6. Sorry. I don't know.
Oh no!
10.
And he does get him. Dies.
Good. How's that though? 3 6s and 2 5s, pretty good attempts.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't roll that.
I mean, statistically, you're looking at 4 on a 5-up save, 4 out of 12.
Yeah.
So, you know, statistics says that the Kronos dies.
Yep. I mean, yeah, rolling a 6 and a 2 for your damage is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Nurglings into the Splinter.
And
the
lethal
Venom.
hits.
The Venom. Yeah, lethal hits.
Jeez.
3 wounds. Wow.
Oof.
Yep. So this is the Brigand.
Yeah.
1 wound, no AP.
Oh. Yeah, Venoms don't have a lot of wounds, only the 6.
I just don't understand the play here because we're going into Owen's turn. Owen just shoots that. It dies, the Cabalites get out, then the other friggin' just north of that one shoots the cav flights.
Yeah.
Like, you just lose everything for nothing.
Oh, yeah. There's not really much to capitalize on in that board state.
So, scoring 0 for bring it down.
Ugh.
0 for attempting target. And 0 for Storm Hostile. Now, he's going to drop Storm Hostile for a CP. He's going to keep attempting target and keep bring it down. But another donut on secondaries for 2 turns. I mean, that's game right there. Like, you can't have 2 turns where you score 0 on secondaries, and you're only on 1 objective. So, what was that? Attempting, behind and deploy homers. That's Owen's objectives. So this is awesome.
He's already got behind.
Yep, already got behind. Deploy. He can just move. I mean, the changeling can just do that.
Yeah. Or
so Owen just said, "I don't think I'm going to get behind enemy lines" when he's already scored it.
Yes. Because of the angle of the deployment he is already in.
Yes. Correct.
So,
and then attempting target. So, unfortunately,
either of those choices, Owen's going to score.
So we haven't. Did we? Which is the attempting target?
We don't know yet. Yeah. Oh, he's taken... Yeah, there goes home. There goes home for Jordan.
I mean, not that it really matters. Oh, it's 2 points, right? Yeah, he's still scored.
It's worth 6. It's worth 6 for Owen next turn and the turn after.
Oh, if he pulls
no, on primary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's at the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then also in his pull, he still has take your opponents home. What is it?
So he got tempting target behind enemy lines, deploy teleport homers.
Yeah, but I'm saying for turn 5. Is this turn 4?
This would be turn 3.
Jesus. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, it's turn 4.
This is turn 4. Yeah.
It should be.
Next turn, he's still got take your opponents home. Whatever that one's called.
It's either turn 3 or turn 4. It's one of those two. So, what's interesting to see is that, unfortunately, Jordan's just been out of this game from turn 2. I think Locky's just confirmed something for us. Yeah, so they're just getting a TO ruling on tempting target. You've still got to pick them. Just got to pick one that's within no man's land. And we're just getting that confirmed. So do we know which one has been picked for tempting target?
Yeah, so Owen's tempting target will be the top left, objective 1, where the Capitalites are.
Yep, cool.
I mean, it's a bad choice either way.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. So it's effectively there's that. But yeah, for primary, it effectively means that at this point, that's 12 points. 12 points on primary for Owen this turn. It's without battle ready. It's 12 to 50.
Yeah, right.
Already. Without this turn secondaries on top of that.
He'll 100 this. So that was 2 thermal spears into the venom on the bottom right hand.
Yep.
And it's just exploded now. And then the Havoc is going into the Scourges.
Well, the Scourges... have it go in the Scourges. Scourges on that bottom level.
Yep. Yeah. So saves on the Scourges. That's a Scurv roll. Yep. And then the explosion on the Venom. No explosion, but he's got 5 in there, I think.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, the boys are going to run out of time.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to time out.
They've got less than an hour left.
Yeah. And they're only at turn 3. So no one dies getting out of the Venom. That's right. So...
It depends on how much Jordan has left at the end of this turn as to whether they run out of time or not.
So that, yeah, potentially. Oh, you see, yeah, because he'll just get tabled.
Yeah. Well, not tabled. He'll just get to a point where he just can't score, doesn't have enough resources left in the tank to do anything with. I mean, you just try and deny.
If this turn, if Owen pops off on this turn, if I was the Drukhari player, I'd be calling it. I'd be like, I'm done. Like, yeah, there's no point. Like if he loses half his Scourges, the Raider, the Kronos, and the Archon, he's literally got nothing left.
Yep. So what? He's got 1, 3. He does still have 12 Dark Lances left. Actually, make that 14 Dark Lances left on the table. So he can still make something work if they survive.
Yep. So Owen just did make a note that the changeling in the middle is deploying Teleport Homer.
Cool.
So, yep. So that'll be 5 points?
3.
3.
3 for center, 5 for your opponent's deployment zone.
I thought it was 8 for your opponent's deployment.
No. That's Storm Hostile. Storm Hostile Stronghold. Is the Storm Enemy Enemy Stronghold is what I think it's called. I know it's Storm something.
So the front
Capture Enemy Outpost.
Capture Enemy Outpost. That's the one I was trying to remember. The Take the Home. Yeah.
It's always
8 points. I'm like, I knew there's an 8.1.
That one's an 8-pointer. Yeah. Oh, 2 Snake Eyes there for saves.
So that was
the Kronos.
The front 16 damage.
What the heck? Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, that is insane.
Wow, that's pretty hot. I wish I rolled Melter like that. No, he's definitely dead.
He's a barbecue on a Sunday afternoon.
What's interesting too here, right, is that in Owen's turn, he didn't move the Wardogs out of the middle.
No. Just kept him there?
I mean, you know, because you could have, he could have.
Yeah.
Paid the 1 CP to move through cover again, get lines on everything.
Yep.
You know, I think he's playing it safe. He knows the Ravager now has to move into line of him to shoot him for the next turn. The Scourges are below, so they can't shoot either. Like, they have to move.
Yeah. But they've got the movement to get up there. It just means they'll be they won't be getting +1 to hit because of heavy weapons.
Yep.
So kind of a bit of a payoff. I'm not really sure whether moving them down was worthwhile, considering
because they can't get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they can't get. Because if they were on top now, he'd be able to shoot them.
Yes, but there would be only there'd only be 2.
Move,
Yeah. It's more just looking at what firepower is available that would be able to shoot them. There would probably only be
3 Gatlings.
Yeah,
36 shots at AP2. Like, yeah, no, they're definitely dying.
AP2 doesn't necessarily matter here because they've got a 5-up invo.
No, they'd still be dead. There's only 10 models there. Or even if it's, say, both units come down to 2, at that point, they're not useful. So who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
that's fair. So, yeah, no. Moving them down, right play.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the right choice.
Yeah.
But then I also think that's why Owen hasn't moved down.
Yes. It's kind of this... they're kind of just in a standoff.
So the next Wardog is now also shooting the Raider with the, that's the Gatling.
I think it's the wounded one that's in front of him.
What? 10 wounds, neg 2. Why'd we say toughness 3? All right, we missed something.
That's going to be a lot here.
I think this is into combat, yeah?
Not certain.
Yeah, I think that was the Wardog on objective 1 shooting into combat.
Yeah.
Because he was Jordan said it was toughness 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the far right, the Wardog into the what?
Yeah, I think it was the Raider. It wasn't the Cowboyites,
So right-hand side, we have the Wardog going into the Witch Raider in the bottom right-hand corner. This is Gatling shots, 3 wounds, AP2. AP2 because it's the closest eligible target. 2 wounds down already. Melter. Melter.
Let's see how much damage happens. Yep, not surprised.
Oh, sorry, no Melter, because that's a Stalker at the back there. Sorry, that's a Stalker.
Yep.
Yep, so now, yeah, objective 1. Everything into combat. Winning on hitting on 3s, winning on 2s. We're hitting on 3s because of BS2. 6 wounds. AP 2. Oh.
6 up saves. He's got to make at least 2 of these. Nope.
Nah, that's the unit.
Pick him up. And take him off.
So we're doing a charge. I think that's the Wardog at the bottom into the Archon.
Yep. That Archon's as good as dead.
So it's interesting too here, right? Because you can use the move through wall strat in the charge phase
Yeah.
too. So using that, I mean, it'd be a bit of a long bomb.
But putting a second one in.
Oh, sorry, chat. No, we're watching dice and no one else can say them. This is the Carnivore into the Archon. 6 wounds. So his 2-up save. The what's it called? The
Shadow Field.
Whatever, Flicker Field. Lame. Oh,
almost saw that one.
We all saw the one. Right.
So the way it works is, if you're not familiar with the Shadow Field, it is a 2-up invulnerable save until you fail it, and once you fail it, it is no more. So it does make an Archon durable if you're able to roll 2-ups.
It's such a stupid piece of wargear. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I remember when they brought it in 5th edition, it was so funny.
And it's like, what? Why?
The thing you've also got to remember is you can't re-roll that one either.
No, yeah.
So
now I think we're going to be doing Archon attacks back. So Pain Token is going on to the Archon.
for re-roll the hits.
Reroll all hits.
And wounds as well.
Because it's the Archon.
Yeah.
No, it's only while he's leading a unit. Okay, just rerolling hits. 5 attacks. 1 2s. 6 is still wound.
There you got 1.
Got 2.
Oh,
Snake
nice.
3, 2 damage, I think. No, dig 2 damage.
That opens it up to then being able to have the reroll to wound strat put on him. Because it's now below half strength.
Yeah. Yeah, just to make sure it dies.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
even though it still needs 6s, it still is going to increase the chance of getting those 6s for the 1 CP.
You've scored behind enemy lines?
Yeah, so he just scored behind enemy lines for 3 because he'd have... Yeah, so 1 for behind enemy lines, and then he also got tempting target. So that's a 11-point turn there. Then primary for another 12. So that's a 23-point turn.
Huge.
Yep. So currently, just making sure that both players are on the right CP counts, is that Owen's currently on 1 CP and Jordan is on 3, going into Jordan's turn 4.
I think we're having a secondary draw.
Let's see what's...
So no primary.
No primary at
That's
all.
correct.
That's, yeah.
No primary for Jordan.
75% of his points in this game have come from primary.
So this is what he's drawn. So engage on all fronts.
Yeah, he'll be able to achieve it, but he needs
He
to
can
stick
get
his
4.
neck
He
out.
can definitely get 4, but yeah. He can engage for 4 pretty easily.
Yeah, because he does have the other...
Because the Raider just moves over.
Yeah.
Draw your other cards, bro. I do this too. Where I draw one, and I think about what I'm going to do for that mission, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I have to draw more. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did still hold on to tempting target and bring it down.
Oh, right. That's why he's only drawing one.
Yep.
Sorry. Right.
Yep.
Tempting target and bring it down, we still have.
Yeah, so his tempting target is that bottom right-hand objective.
And then he got engage.
And then engage on top of also having bring it down. So I'm not sure. Like, you've got that one that's with the Archon that's currently down to 5 wounds. That's probably the first bring it down.
Correct.
That'll be 4 points. So he needs to find another one that he can kill, and I think it's going to be the one in that top left-hand side to get that other 4 points. Because that one's wounded as well.
Yeah, also really, he wants to double down here in where he's moving on objective 4. Because he wants that objective, that he wants to bring it down on that, and as well as hold that for a tempting target. So he's got 10 on the point now.
But are they outside the range of the Nurglings?
It's engagement range. So the Nurglings are in engagement range. Is that swarm rule? Which is a bit frustrating, but I'm assuming the witches are going to come out now. So really,
witches are going to.
I think he'll need more contingency than the witches to kill the Wardog.
Yep.
In the bottom, but really he could actually move the Scourges out and probably take the bottom 3 Wardogs.
Yeah.
For 8 points, right?
Well, I mean, because the top one's also wounded.
Yeah, but at that point you might be. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's only got like 5 left.
Yeah. So the bottom left and the top left would be the 2 that I'd be primary focusing in.
Yeah, because I only got 5 wounds.
And then I would try and get any others that I possibly could.
He's a tempting target one for sure.
Yeah.
You'd really want that dead because on the whim that it stays alive and claps back for whatever reason.
Well, it's not a.
It's a brigand, not a carnivore.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I mean, Overwatch is a thing.
Yeah.
Did you just...
I don't know if my system just decided to...
It looks like
cark it.
Scotty's system just
it
turned
rebooted.
Off.
All on its own.
Right. Since
Fun.
I didn't think computers could think, so what happened?
I can't tell you, chat. I can't tell you. So, yeah. We'll let that reboot. I don't know what would have forced that to occur in this instance.
So, rolling an advance on the witches. So they have a 14-inch movement out of the boat. So do witches have advance and charge?
Don't believe so. I'll have to confirm. Because if I crack open everything, I'll just be able to restore the previous windows.
Yeah.
And it'll load everything up pretty quickly here.
Well, that's good. It remembers everything, right?
Yes. Or at least the web browsers do.
Yeah.
OBS, not so much.
No.
All right, witches. Let's have a look real quick.
So the boys are just talking about the technical nature of trying to get as many bodies on the point in the bottom right-hand corner. So, obviously in this situation, you probably charge with the Cabalites first and declare both, and then get as many as you can into the Nurglings, and then use the witches to just charge the Wardog, and then scoot around on that left side.
Yeah. So the important thing here to note is that the witches have an ability that if you want to fall back, you have to take a desperate breakout test, as if their unit was battle shocked. So if that brigand wants to get out of combat down the bottom with those witches, because they don't have the advance and charge.
So does Lilith give it?
Potentially. Let me have a look at Lilith here. No, she does not. But I think...
Maybe they're not going to charge.
Yeah, wow.
Unless there's a strat for it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't.
Which, I'll have a look for that strat, see if there is. Because that would be pretty pivotal if it is. there is a stratagem for it.
Yeah, for advance charge.
Yeah. So it's either a fallback or advance
witches
as well. It has to be a witch cult unit.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely needing to be
acrobatic display.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Scourges are coming out. So it's crazy. So Jordan's thinking about, obviously, he's trying to maximize his points here, right? So he's thinking about engage, he's thinking about bring it down.
Yeah.
It's interesting because he actually, moving the Scourges in the way that he's doing it is actually pretty good because he can move down, pop that one on the left, and then move behind the crates, and no one will ever get near him.
Yeah.
And then he's fully hidden for a whole nother turn.
Yeah.
So it's a shame he didn't actually follow through with that that process. I think his brain was going there in that direction. And it's a shame he didn't follow through that because that would have been really cool. Being able to protect all them, although...
Yeah. So just making sure... I think we've almost got everything back up on the second PC here, ladies and gentlemen, thankfully.
Okay, so we have Battle Shocks. Oh, why is that upside down?
It does that sometimes.
Why is it upside down?
It likes to take the input data from the rotate, so that's fine.
So... Archon Battle Shock. Pass. Pass and pass. So interestingly, the Scourges are staying on the bottom floor.
That's very interesting.
Which I don't understand why. Maybe he thinks that he can shoot through it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
it's in terms of how it's all panning out here, I'm not sure.
There's not much you can do.
No. Like, I understand why you're hiding the Scourges, because you're just going to body the one that's in combat with the Archon. You're just going to put all 8 shots in. You're not going to split. Just to ensure that you get it done. And then you're using the Ravager for the one up the top, but I feel like the Ravager will be the one that fails. I think...
You move over them, guys.
I honestly, personally think that he should have put one unit up, just in case the first unit on the ground killed that one.
Put them both. Put them both to shoot, they move straight back down.
Yeah.
They have a post-shoot move. As part of their...
The thing is, they're heavy, so he's looking for that +1 to hit.
Yeah, but, I mean, just pain token anyway, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird too, right? So in the bottom right-hand corner, he's moved the Raider there when he has a 20-inch movement. He could just fly over the...
Yeah, he should go right up there.
Over the, I mean, it's hard for us to get perspective too, right? Because we can't really fully see the distance. And actually, from where it was, like if that Wardog's kind of halfway, which is 22,
yeah,
right? Is halfway, and then he was probably within 5 inches, so he well and truly, I think, gets over that.
Yeah. So, important thing to note is that on Scourges, Dark Lancers are a 4-up to hit.
What's that, sorry? They're 5 to hit.
Scourges are 4-up base, so it means that even with the reroll, 3 out of 4 shots. So...
They don't hit on 5s, though.
No.
They always just hit on 4s.
Yeah. So, keeping the heavy puts them to 3s.
But you only have one target.
Yeah.
The Scourges can only shoot one target, which is the Archon one, which the Archon didn't even fall back, so I don't know what the Scourges are doing.
Yeah. I think it's probably a little bit of tilt.
Yeah. Well, I think he's actually just made an error.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see how it comes out, because I have a feeling he might actually have meant to say they're on the roof, not they're on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense for him, because he did clearly say they're staying on the bottom.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's by design, because it seems odd.
Yeah.
So this is
probably the Witches, I think, with the amount of shots.
Yep, yeah, you're correct. So this is the pistols, the shredder pistols or whatever they're called. Beer, please.
Drink? I'm all good for the moment. Yeah, no, I'm good. Good with water for the moment.
So they advance, so no blast pistol. That was into a Nurgling, into the Nurglings. 4 Dark Lancers from Scourge Unit number 1 into... Yep, so he's shooting into combat, and this one was also rotated ions. Yep, so re-rolling for Power from Pain. One. D6 plus 2. Far out. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
D6 plus 2, roll a 2. It had 5 wounds left, so that one's got 1 wound remaining.
Yikes.
So the Archon now is going to shoot his blast pistol into combat, which is a very smart choice. It's on 2s. Yep, exactly. Pistol in combat.
Yep.
5 swoon. Ooh, unlucky. Yeah, the other Scourge unit is going to shoot him with 1 wound.
Yeah.
Fours re-rolling, so 4 hits. 1 wound. And he's a 4-up. Oh, he's going to CP this. And he saves it. Baller. Well done, Owen. That's the perfect time to do that. All right. Jordan's vecting CP reroll. Ravager now. So Ravager's going to shoot. Please pick the right target. Top left, top left, top left, top left, top left. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Objective 1.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Pain, power for pain.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
2. Yep. 3's to wound.
Both wound.
2 wounds. Nice. That's 3. 5's to save. That's dead.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what this reroll does.
CP, CP rerolling the 2
Into
damage
2.
into another 2.
Oof.
Right.
That's a big
and
oof.
That Wardog up there's full.
Oh.
It was the previous one.
That was on there.
It was on 3 or whatever that died.
Yeah.
So now we're moving into charges, but he gave it a good crack. So that's a 3. So that was from his Cabalites in the bottom right-hand corner. So it's 3-inch from the Witches into the...
No, it's the Cabalites.
No, it's the Witches. The Witches. He's already got Cabalites on the objective at the back.
Oh, I see what he's trying to do. He's
building.
Yeah.
They were there. They moved in first, so the Witches had space. But he's only rolled a 3-inch charge on the Witches, so he's not going to get anywhere near as many.
Yeah, I see.
Bodies on the point as he expected.
Yep.
So he'll get it just. They said a bad word, chat. They said a bad word. So it's funny here too, right? Because if he had 2 CP, he could use heroic intervention right here
And get those
and
Nurglings
get the
in.
Nurglings into combat and negate it, which would actually be a really sick play. Like,
Yes.
would actually be really cool.
Yes, but Owen unfortunately is devoid of CP at the moment.
Yes. Yeah,
Jordan
yeah,
has
yeah.
currently got 2 in the pocket.
Yes. I don't know why Lawrence put the camera on us when important things are happening on the table right now. So. All right. So Lilith,
He's popping once per game.
Yeah, Lilith once per game. Which is it's options, right? It's one or the other.
No, I think it's both. I will find it for everybody. So what she does, start of the fight phase, this model can use this ability. When it does, until the end of the fight phase, her attack's characteristic goes up to 12, and this model's invulnerable save goes to a 3+.
Epic.
So it means that she's going to be able to survive. Her other ability is they've got fights first, so it means even if they don't charge, which is next turn, they're fighting first. And each time a model makes a melee attack, it's +1 strength, +1 AP. It's not necessarily the strength that you're going to be looking for here, it's the AP. Because it's going to be forcing it from, I think on the Witches 2-ups, or even Lilith going from...
Lilith got an AP3.
Yeah, is pretty big for her at strength 4.
Sustained 2.
Sustained 2 hitting on 2s.
So this is actually this is Lilith's attacks.
Yeah, right. Okay,
So he's
we're
rolling
seeing
Lilith's
attacks,
first, which is interesting.
Yep. Did he give him a pain token?
He did not.
I would have given him a pain token.
You did. No, you did pain token. Bit token.
So there was
Last pain token. There you go.
Yeah, so I would have fished for 6s.
I think that's what he is doing. Oh no, he's not. He's not. Okay.
Oh,
he's not.
why?
Yeah, I would have fished hard.
So there's 3 wounds. Only damage 1, but it's forcing the invons. That's 3 through.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like she goes in and does 3 damage. You're like, that's.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not Hero Hammer anymore, like it used to be, right? And like it was in the tail end of 9th. But sometimes it was kind of cool.
Yeah, characters going nuts and doing.
When the whip succubus would go in and just delete anything.
Yes. Okay, so they're -1 to hit apparently. So they're going to be hitting on 3s here. The witches are actually going to be AP -2.
I wouldn't see the value in, like, he's already given up a tempting target. Like, yes, he's giving up a bring it down point, but like, is the CP maybe better used elsewhere?
Yeah.
On something else, maybe like a reroll on the invulnerable save on your one on the home. You know, like.
Well, you can't re-roll the clone field.
No. I'm saying for didn't Owen just spend a CP then to make a -1 hit? Is that what he said?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, really, this objective's already been taken. Attempted target's already done. You know.
I see what you're saying. You're wanting rotate iron shields in with the Archon.
Oh, well, you can't for melee, right? But I mean, like, maybe it's a clutch save to keep that one alive, because I think that one's more valuable because he owns it. He doesn't own the other point, right?
Yeah.
It's hard, right? I always get drawn into that too as a player, where I'm like, oh, I gotta save this right now, and you're like, step back, you know, take a step back and have a look.
100%.
Try and look at the big picture.
Figure out your sequence, execute in the order that you think is best, and then if there's something that you're thinking you'll need that CP for, leave it till last.
Yep. The order of operation is super important, just like it is with target priority and shooting.
Yeah,
you're doing that and making sure you're doing that in the right order is important. Oh my god, that's bad. Two
6s to wound with -2, so it's going to be 4-up saves.
Maybe the -1 did help.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, really, with rerolls, like I didn't think it would have mattered.
Yeah. I mean, they are putting out 30 attacks apiece for that brick of 10.
But these days, it's just like no contingency, no high strength, no high AP. You just 3 wounds.
Cool. The Wardog stomped one. Just went, yeah, no, squish.
Let's get it.
Hey, I think...
Yep. Engage, scored for 3. Didn't bring anything
He finally
down.
crested 30.
An attempting target for 5. Yeah, no bring it down. It's pretty crazy. So Archon combat.
I really hope the Archon can do it here.
Well, he's going for the sweep, okay. He's going for the sweep.
Well, I mean, if it's already like, if it's like strength 6, strength 8, so 2s anyway.
Winning on 2s, strength 8. That looked a lot more than... Yeah, I was going to say that looked a lot more than 7. He's going to roll on 1 at a time.
He's got to.
On his flicker field.
Yeah. Come on, this...
He just dies. Yeah, can't re-roll it. So 6. Here we go. 3, 2. Hey,
oh, there it is.
AP2. So the reason why he's dead there, only suffering 3 wounds in total, is because when the Kronos exploded last turn, it was
He was within
Ravager.
range,
Sorry, the Ravager
yeah.
that exploded. He took D3 and took 2 mortals. So
Yeah. Ah.
okay, so we're doing a reroll here because Owen didn't account for it being bracketed.
Yep. So 8 wounds.
It still just dies, guys. So he's alive on 1. Yeah. So
Yep.
So they've just come to an understanding, going, well, really on the reroll there was only 1 save difference, 1 dice difference. So let's go. All right, no, the Archon's alive on a 1 wound. So. Also weird at that point because you just go, just take him off the board, right? Like it's not going to change this game state, right?
No. Oh, gosh.
What was the Archon going to attack?
Ladies and gentlemen, goodness gracious sakes alive.
Now that his Archon's alive.
Sorry, were you explaining to them just then what was happening? Did I just talk over you?
No, you're good.
My bad. You've got them in my ear that it's noisy and I don't know what's going on.
No.
You tell everyone.
So the Archon, because he was stayed alive on 1 wound because of those attacks, it meant he could actually fight back instead of just being dead, and Jordan had forgotten about that. No wounds had occurred. So Storm hostile objective. This is a really interesting one because at this stage, there's only 1 objective that he doesn't control. So you can either score it if you control 1 or more objective markers that you were controlled by your opponent at the start of the turn, or your opponent did not control any objective markers at the start of your turn and you control 1 or more that you did not at the start of your turn. So effectively, right now, Owen has to go for that tempting target that Jordan went for to score that. He's then got...
Storm. Yeah, because it's the only objective that he holds, correct? Yep. Which he's not in a great position to do.
No.
Assassination, that's great for him.
He needs to kill Lilith, but he's got to get through a unit
the
of...
Archon. The Archon.
Or the Archon's probably the easier one.
And he's got another, he's just moved one of his Wardogs in.
Move through the wall, I believe. So yeah, definitely that. And then Overwhelming Force, well, he can definitely score that because that is killing units
On objective.
on objectives.
Yep.
So I dare say for Owen, this is going to be another decent turn.
5, 10, 13.
13 on top of then
That's my
also
prediction, 13 points.
on primary.
Max.
No, because he doesn't hold the bottom. Doesn't hold bottom right. So he's actually only going to end up scoring 13
From primary.
for primary.
Yeah, but then if he gets another 13, that's 26. He's already got 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll max. I mean, I'll be very surprised if Owen doesn't max score on this. They've only got about 10 minutes left in the round anyway. I haven't been listening to what the boys have actually been doing because we've been chatting about other things.
Yeah. So current score is Jordan is on 30 points to Owen's 82.
Sorry, what was that?
So it's 30 to 82 with battle ready.
Jesus.
To Owen. So to the Chaos Knights is the current score, chat.
It's a big win.
Oh yeah, it is. It is a big score.
Okay, so we've lost a fair bit. All right, everything's happening very fast. All right, Carnivore has moved into the Archon. The Brigand shot a whole bunch of stuff. The Carnivore into the Archon. This is the healthy Carnivore into the Archon. Hits with everything. He's doing a sweep attack here.
That's big.
I mean, this is just auto dead, so this is just he just
Yeah.
gets the point. Toughness 3, so wounding on 2s. 10 wounds minus 2, so that's just a dead Archon, and that's 5 points for assassination. Well done. To be fair, in Jordan's defense, Owen has had amazing draws.
Yep.
Not only the combinations, but the time of the game state at every time. He's been like, oh, this is really easy for me to do. And then Jordan's hasn't been too bad, but it's been a little bit more effort.
Yep.
Yeah. So Nurglings kill 3 witches. I don't know how the Nurglings do that. Okay, yeah, cool. So
the interesting thing is that there's no other combats, so it means the witches fight before the Wardog does, because of fights first.
they made the error. They made an error there because they just had the Nurglings fight first before the witches. Witches would have fought first.
Yeah, because the defending player.
Yeah. So, yeah, but even they have fight first anyway, right? Regardless, they still.
Yeah. So because of at that step, when both players have the fight first, just this for chat's benefit.
No, because no one charged into them. Prolonged combat there.
Yeah.
So the witches would still get to fight first because they have fight first.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah.
So technically, because what they've done is they've done the Wardog shot, but then the Nurglings
charged in.
Oh no, they charged. Sorry.
So the Nurglings charged in.
But the witches would still fight.
The witches should have still fought first because the defending player,
correct.
So they could have actually killed the Nurglings before the Nurglings
Sorry, I
got to
thought the
fight.
Nurglings were in combat as well.
No, they charged in this turn.
Right.
They did not get into combat last turn.
Toughness 2, but okay.
They go. Yeah, so that's the smart
So
play.
it's actually pretty. It would actually change the outcome of this quite heavily.
Yeah.
So it's actually something we need to talk about. If we should interject or not, because technically it's a tournament and it's not really, like we're not.
Yeah,
We should probably tell
Yeah, so the way that I normally do it,
the
personally,
TO.
is if it's something relatively bad, tell the TO. Otherwise, we're just commentators. We're just the ones commentating the game and calling it as it is, and we can call out the mistake. But unfortunately, the responsibility is on both players to know their game and know what they're doing. So.
So the boys were just asking. They're saying they want to talk it out. So they're
So definitely would have scored overwhelming force because he killed the Archon as well. I don't think he killed anything else on the objectives. Oh, that's a terrible draw.
This one right here.
All right. So.
Oh, it's the camera. Right, okay.
Okay,
So
so
Lawrence is explaining to me how the system works.
So,
you know, whatever.
to inform you guys, Jordan did pull behind enemy lines and capture enemy outpost. What a turn to draw it on. Turn 5.
Yeah, right. Okay.
When you are severely down in the game.
And you're nowhere near any of those points.
No.
I mean, at least what's worse? The end of the game where you're nowhere near it, or the start of the game where you're also nowhere near it? I reckon start because you get it out early.
Yes, you get it out of the way because then it's like, cool, turn 1. Particularly in this matchup, if you had have gotten those turn 1, right, you just reserve. You just go, yeah, I'm just cool. I'm just going to stay where I am.
Yeah.
I might poke 1 unit out to just kind of bait you to engage.
Yeah.
But not really.
Yeah, not really.
So
It's weird because both of those draws in general for Drukhari, it's not bad. As we were saying at the beginning, because of the speed, because of the like move, shoot, move stuff, they have a lot of contingency in their movement system to help them get to where they need to be really fast, which is really good.
Yep. So Jordan does...
They're talking it out, right?
Yeah. So Jordan does still hold that bottom right-hand objective currently as well, so that'll get him 5 points on primary.
Yeah.
You're then also looking at... you know, he probably won't get... Oh.
Well,
Actually, he might get 3 points on behind enemy lines if he's smart, but I'm not sure if he's going to see it.
oh, the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can sneak around it now.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's already into shooting.
Yeah. He could have gotten the radar in there to get 3 points there. What else we got? And then behind... bring it down, actually.
Yeah, there's 2 that are low, which is the same, which I think that's what he's going for now, is the one that's on 1 wound that killed the Archon in the bottom left, and then the one in the top right.
But the thing is, he's held on to that for 3 turns.
And it's west. I mean, it's hard too, because like depending on what else you're drawing, especially in the north, like this game's hard, right? Because of target of opportunity, because of the mission rule, it kind of throws the whole any bit of conversation you want to talk about strategy about how to use the secondaries or when to drop or when to not drop. It kind of is irrelevant because of the fact that having 3 just changes everything. Like
yes and no. The thing that I'll point out is that in his deck, he still had no prisoners.
Yep.
And overwhelming force.
Yeah, but it's also it's comparatively, both of those secondaries for the Knights player is a lot better than for the Drukhari player.
Yes.
Because it is, even though he still has a lot of Dark Lancers, still a lot of anti-tank, it's still easier for the Chaos Knights player to kill Drukhari.
Yeah.
Than it is vice versa, right?
Yep.
And look, I think it all comes down to that turn 1 mishap. That's my personal opinion, because I think it's from what I saw, it was I scored nothing, but now my opponent scored 13 points. I think it was the psychology of that that's kind of got in there.
Just turn 1, back of the head, just gnawing at you, going, I didn't score any points.
Yeah.
And
then it's overthinking. It was a few overthinking spots in turn 2,
and then you try and overextend to capitalize on trying to get points back, and then
trying to kill too much and score too much, and then you're just on the back foot forever.
And
look, it happens.
It does.
It happens all the time.
It does.
Just learning from it and everything. But I think the final score.
I'll head over and I'll get the final score from the gentleman.
Final score.
So that we can make sure that it's all accurate for you guys in chat.
Yes. Right. So this is going to conclude round 1. I'm coming back, everybody. This will conclude round 1. Now I will have to get our tech head Lawrence over to double check what the process is going to be for you guys viewing in between rounds. I don't think there's going to be too much of a changeover in terms of downtime or anything like that. We are going to try and have interviews and bits and pieces throughout the weekend of other people and other players that are here talking about their games or things that they're doing or whatever it is. So out of the attendees, if there are anyone that you guys would like to get us to speak to, or you want to ask them questions or anything like that, be sure to jump onto all the different aspects, whether it be the Twitch, Scotty's Twitch stream, our YouTube, ask away. In round 2, I will make sure that we actually have Lawrence here a little bit more, or someone at least to manage chat for us, because it is really hard. Like the commentating requires a lot of focus. In terms of watching the game and listening and all that sort of stuff. So it is really hard to do chat as well, because we don't want to miss stuff. Like, I mean, we were just doing that and we missed a whole bunch of stuff. So, and again, apologies for the audio mix-ups early on. We've now got that all fully sorted. So it should just be nice and subtle tones of all of us. I think one of us is going to probably chop out for round 2. It might be me. I'm not sure. I don't know if Carl's going to come in for Scotty or for me, or both Scotty and I just might stay. So let us know if you want us to change, hear from someone else or whatever. So where are we at?
We are so the upshot of where the game was at for everyone in chat.
Upshot?
Well, the final result.
Is that what you call it? Upshot?
Yeah.
Is that from like darts or something? I'm not even joking. I've never heard of
it's the upshot of a situation.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
Dalton's looking at me like,
what's wrong with you? The upshot of a situation. It just sounds like the wrong word.
So the conclusion of the game.
There we go. I get that one. I understand that.
So Jordan ended up pulling out behind enemy lines. He did move that radar.
Oh, cool.
To get there.
Good.
Didn't end up scoring capture enemy outpost. Did end up getting 7 points on Bring It Down finally as
Cool.
well. So he ended up being on...
7 points? Oh, right, because 3 and then the +1. Yeah.
+1 for tactical. So he ended up being on 40 points at the end of the game.
To 100.
Yeah, Owen maxed out primary at the end of this turn because he was on both center. He held his opponents.
Yeah, all the witches were dead in that bottom right. Yeah. So
no, because of the Nurglings.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
There was one Nurgling base that was alive.
Yeah, and base, so half their OC.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
That's what did it. Then he got cleansed both of those objectives. No investigate signals and defend stronghold. He maxed out secondaries as well for 100 points.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Owen. Yeah.
Really solid game.
That's probably not the only 100 of the day.
No,
A bunch of people.
If you give me one hot second,
we should have stuff, right? We should have some data.
We do, because if I do a little cheeky refresh, we can hit some notes for you guys in chat in terms of who won what. So Ben Karaba went up against Dante, and Ben won 83-34.
I do believe Dante is either playing Dark Angels or Tau.
Let's have a quick look.
I think it's Tau. Tau? Fish boys.
We'll see. Give it a second. Oh, it came up with a bloody...
Oh, the score sheet. Lame.
I just want to view the list, please. BCB Tau.
Yeah.
Interesting. Dylan Cowan on the Dark Angels, which
beat
when...
CSM.
beat CSM, which me and Dalton were having a bit of a back and forth on the preview about what Dylan would bring.
And whether it be Nids or Necrons or
I went with Dark Angels because of the new Marine Codex.
Yeah, I think, look, he knows Marines really well. Like, this season has been his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
For the majority of our events anyway that he's attended.
Yeah.
And he's done really well with them. So, yeah, makes sense.
Yep. Reese Cunningham, who is playing Adeptus Sororitas.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
That's the second 100 so far of the day.
100-29 against Tau. Matt Morrisoli against Harry Turner got a 90-30.
So I'm not sure if Harry's playing... Normally he plays Knights or Custodes.
Let's have a quick look.
There's
no... So it's really interesting. He's playing Salamanders.
Oh, Sally's. Oh, it's his fluff list. Yeah, it's his fluff list.
So it's a Firestorm Assault Force.
Well, I mean, that's the only way you do Salamanders, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's the only way you can. It's the only way they actually let you.
Yeah. You then got Adam up against Nick, and Adam lost with Necrons into Thousand Suns.
T-Suns, right?
T-Suns is surprisingly... Okay, I played a game this week, and I lost to T-Suns by like 6 points.
Oh, what did you play?
I played Deathwatch for the first time.
Okay.
But
for the first time, yeah, it's not a pick up one time army.
but I've been playing Marines pretty consistently for the past like month or so.
Yeah.
My opponent, and all credit to, great guy. He's just playing the faction he is. It's just really frustrating to get your damage turned to 0 every single turn against Magnus.
And I think also too, if you're paying the MSU one and you tech into the maneuverability of it, that's what also really helps you again with draws and the secondaries. You can you kind of don't really care what you draw because you're like, I probably can do it.
Yeah.
You know, which is pretty good. And especially on this. Again,
Yes.
the three mission one, you go, cool,
Yeah.
well, if I at least guaranteeing I'm maxing 2,
Yeah.
then I don't care about the other one.
Yeah. So who else have we got?
Dean got 100.
Yeah, Dean got another 100. He was playing into Brady, who was running Necrons, which 100 to 18.
I mean, World Eaters slap now, man.
Oh, they do.
They just slap.
They do. They clap. They clap.
The 6-man unit of Exalted 8-bound just nuke anything.
Yeah.
Like,
One of the guys we spoke about on the previous stream, Lachlan Morrison, went down with Votan up against Jordan Brown on Chaos Knights.
yeah. Right. Well, yeah. Jordan did really well at our RTT. Do we have an RTT? I don't know.
You've had both.
I'm pretty sure we had one recently. I can't remember. All right, it all just like moves in. We had one recently where we kind of did a little bit of a test stream, and he won it, and he won it.
Nice.
It's actually pure Wardogs.
Yep.
No demon spice. So just pure Wardogs.
So 13 Wardogs.
More 14. You get 14. Yeah. I think it's 14. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Might have even
spicy.
been more. Might be 15.
That's
Depends.
a
Yeah,
lot.
because I think. Yeah, because Stalkers are so cheap, you can fit them in. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else have we
Good
got?
on. So I'm really interested to see how Ed and Jason's game
Yeah,
goes, 'cause
they're still going.
so they're finishing. Yeah, they're tallying it all up now. It's Nids, which I'm assuming is Gone Carpet Nids because Jason normally plays that against Ed's Tau. Ed's been on the Tau train for a while. Don't
Yeah.
understand why. Don't understand why anyone is on the Tau train because it's just like no.
Have a look
But,
at
you
his
know,
list.
Whatever.
But we'll have a cheeky sticky beak. He is running the invasion fleet,
Yeah,
so
he's not running an endless swarm. All right.
couple of units of 10 gargoyles, 10 hormies.
Okay, this
This.
is
Do you want to know what this reminds me of?
Oh, triple Exocrine.
Trip Exocrine, Trip Maliceptor. I almost feel like
Triple Neurolictor.
Trip Neurolictor. It reminds me of a very similar list that I've seen Alex and Glazos in New South Wales run.
I don't understand that list.
Alex's list is mental.
Those in
that list is also mental.
It's just weird. I'm just like, there's stuff in here. I'm like, I don't get it. To be like, I've always been a Tyranids player, and then like with the new stuff, I go, I don't understand the army anymore. I just have to like relearn the whole thing. I'm like, it's too much. It's too much.
Who else do we got? So Lachlan Booth won over Carl Novak, 89 to 45.
Yeah,
with CSM in a Space Marines.
Well, to be fair, the Space Marines is Blood Angels. Not that it actually matters, it's standard now, but like
Blood
it's
Angels
Blood Angels
are-
themed, so you know it's.
Blood Angels are definitely, they were before the Codex suffering. I'm not certain how bad they'll be impacted after
Their codex will be
Codex.
sick. Their codex will be sick.
Their Codex will be, and they're the first
Combat codex. No, Orcs. Orcs are the next first combat codex.
Yeah, I was going to say they're probably going to end up being the second non-Codex compliant chapter to get their Codex because Dark Angels is first.
Correct. Yeah.
Because Blood Angels desperately need it.
Because it's Necrons, Admech, Dark Angels, Orcs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Custodes are in there. Tau's also in there.
Ugh, what a bad army.
Yeah. We're getting like
Custodes are alright, I don't
nine
mind Custodes.
Codexes in 9 months. 9.
Be careful what you
10
wish for,
months,
everybody.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Who else?
Alex Franz on
Yep.
CSM. Great player.
Yep.
Yeah, killing it.
One against Dan, who was running
Tau.
Tau. Terrence with Space Wolves.
Smashed Eldari.
100-point win up against Eldari and clapped Eldari.
Clapped hard.
Yeah, that's
I love that. It's not nothing against Michael Dent, but the fact that it's Eldari, I love that. Eldari, the Space Elves, got slapped by the Space Wolves. That's hilarious.
Yes, I love that. I love seeing that. Considering there is only one Eldari player here, to see that happen.
It's good that he's getting smashed.
Yeah, it'll give some good data
yeah.
to the stat check team. And then you've got Pina McQuillan up against Ryan Gauthiers. Ryan was running Dark Angels and Lost, and Peter, I'll pull up his list.
Yeah, what's that?
He was running Death Guard, so the only Death Guard player in attendance as well.
Wow, and he won.
Yep. Death Guard is surprisingly good. Death Guard is surprisingly good at the moment now.
I disagree. How? Yeah, but they don't do anything. Sorry.
It's
no one can hear Dalton, so it's probably hear me say random words.
So Dalton was saying that Death Guard do quite
cheap.
well, and they're quite cheap, and they just do stuff. And I think when you build the right style of list and you take the right pieces to help your mobility, then they can do a lot of work.
I mean, the whole army rule too, like this, when I say army rule, the weapon rule, where everything pretty much is lethal hits. You don't, you it's an oversight.
Yep.
Like you discredit it a lot. When you actually realize, you go, oh, he's a 6, he's a 6, he's a 6. I don't have to go through a whole stage of wounding.
Yes.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's how I feel when I pop Dev Doctrine on a unit 10 Stern Guard with lethal hits and sustained hits 1 in there with Fire Discipline. As a Space Marine player.
I'll tell you what was even better was just Born Soldiers from 9th edition. We don't care.
Born Soldiers was
like, yeah, it was
Born
awesome.
Soldiers nightmare fuel.
I
Then.
loved playing Guard in 9.
What?
I loved it. It was my favorite.
So, yeah.
So we're being told by tech, everybody, that we have to do some
We
adjustments.
can take a break, but I think before we do, let's inform everyone of the meta, because we haven't actually done that.
Inform everyone of the meta.
Yeah. So overall, I'm going to walk through the super factions for everyone. So in terms of Space Marine super faction, we've got 4 players in attendance, 2 Dark Angels, 1 Adeptus Astartes, and 1 Space Wolves. That might actually end up being incorrect because we've got a Salamander in there and potentially a Blood Angels as well that Locky was saying. In terms of Imperium, we've got 1 Imperium player playing Adeptus Sororitas, and that is Reese Cunningham. On the Chaos Super Faction, we've got 11 players. So Chaos is the largest represented faction here this weekend. We've got 5 Chaos Space Marine players, 2 Chaos Knights, 2 World Eaters, 1 Death Guard, 1,000 Suns. So it just means we're not seeing any mainline Demon Codex, and we're seeing everything else. We've got the Eldari Super Faction as well, where there is 1 Eldari and 1 Drukhari, making up 2 players. We've then got the Hive Mind Super Faction with 1 Tyranid player in attendance with Jason Horn. And then for Xenos, we've got 7 players in attendance, 4 Tau, 2 Necrons, 1 Votan. So looking at the faction podium, first place is Chaos Space Marines with 5 players in attendance. Yeah. And then second place is Tau Empire. Unfortunately, one of the Necron players did drop, meaning that they have only got 2 players, and it means there's a lot of factions that have got 2 players represented.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good no orcs, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, no orcs, no custodes, no grey knights, no imperial knights.
I love the fact there's no imperial knights here. I fucking love that shit. I hate imperial knights.
No GSC.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, they just got nuked, man. Like, it sucks because I loved seeing GSC because it takes a different kind of player to be able to execute it well.
Yep.
And watching guys like Stewie and Ed, I used to love watching Ed play GSC. Yeah, he's a really good GSC player, and I mean they were pretty busted. Like, let's be honest, they had some shit that's like, well, okay, right.
Yes, yes. Just auto comeback.
But yeah, to be fair, like it's not huge. I mean, there's only 28 players here, so it's not super massive in terms of 2 days are hard, especially for people in towards the end of the year. It's harder.
Yep.
So but I still think it's a good pool. The CSM part doesn't surprise me.
No,
they're so good.
Yeah,
they're so.
I mean, looking at stat check, they have got just after the Marine Codex has dropped, they're sitting on a 59% win rate. Just below Eldari that are on a 60.
And it's weird too, because like the numbers, right? The numbers. Correct.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. Like we know that other parts of the world outside Australia and New Zealand don't really have a lot of, or as many Chaos players.
Yeah.
As 1-to-1, like the density.
Yes, the player populace.
There you go. That's always, I was like, thanks, you got me there. So it's good. So even though those stats are like that, it means that more people are jumping on it, which is good.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is
And I
good.
mean, something that I like to do when I do look at stat check, I like to actually set it to after.
So you see
to-
both pre and
to-
post.
Not just pre and post balanced data slate, but also pre and post codexes, because the balanced data slate will affect a lot more factions over the time.
Well, you just included more data points, right? Essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it actually does shift Chaos Space Marines still down underneath Eldari. Eldari jumps down to 59%, but CSM is still 57.
It's crazy too, because if you look at like number 3 is Black Templars, right?
Yep.
You go, yeah. Well, if any Black Templar was at our meta, and when I say our, I mean the Australian meta, this gets smashed.
Yep.
Right, like, and it's same with Guard too, because Guard's very prevalent in Australia too. I'm actually quite surprised there's no Guard players.
Yeah.
Here, because there's normally a few. I think people are kind of the players that move between, say, Tau, like Reese, for example, who plays Drukhari, Tau, will really kind of move on to anything, but like a bit spoiled for choice.
Yes.
There's a few armies that are really good that happen to fall into people's wheelhouse. We go, I could play 3 different armies, but what's the really doubling down on finding the absolute edge
Yes.
on it and then finding the best.
Yep.
Which is
Yep.
what you want.
But yeah,
Cool. All right. Well,
we might take a short break.
We'll be breaking. We've got to fix up some stuff in
Yep.
the studio.
Might have a change in commentary as well.
Yes. You can break. We can break. I said to everyone before I go, they should let us know in chat if they want me to leave, which I totally understand. Most people always want me to leave. It's fine. Or if they want you to change out or whatever. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll talk about it. We'll see you
Yep.
guys in a little bit.